Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is time for day 2 of the Stockholm Regional Championships. Of course, NA viewing time, a little NA friendly here. So, the regionals has concluded, but it was before I had even eaten my breakfast for the day, so I haven't watched any of the matches. Time to go through and watch them now. Especially, too, for anyone who might have been sleeping during, especially some of these earlier games, because this started so early, understandably so. I do want an opportunity to see all the games because Regulation G has been honestly kind of fun so far. So I don't want to miss any of the matches. So, of course, the first couple Swiss matches on the day aren't streamed. So this one is going to be starting with round 12. Donald Smith. So they make the American play super early, though. He lives out there now. Going up against Kelch. All right. Kelch. Am I saying that right? Yeah. I'm just making sure. So, Zamazenta again. Wait, is it Zamazenta Mir? Oh my goodness, it's a Zamazenta Mir, friends. That's okay. That's okay. Whenever people start coming by as well, because we are live streaming this, let me know how audio is and all of that good stuff, because I am still really bad at figuring out my own audio. So, let's go. And let's hope the audio issues on this are a little bit more resolved, because the first bit of the stream, it was kind of unsynchronized. So I want to try and I'm hoping that it's fixed at this point. All right, we got to go back a little bit. Oh my gosh, we got to go back a lot bit. If I was really smart, I would have time-stamped all of these. But I am not smart. Also, why is this taking forever to load? My internet isn't this bad.
Powerful.
I promise. Did they do team sheets? Team sheets? No team sheets. We're getting into the match. No team sheets. Apparently, we're getting into the match.
As you can see, when both of the teams
nothing on the Latios. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine, guys.
Practice the mirror, but the question is, how much have they practiced the mirror?
I would hope with this is crazy that the Galarian Moltres and the Latios. I don't know. I still don't think I believe that this the Pelipper I know is good, but the Galarian Moltres and the Latios.
That really likes to bulk up its defense with its ability, shield, but
I don't know.
Going for these iron defenses, because once the defenses get stacked up,
I just can't believe it, you know.
With the body presses, and when you take a look at the team,
right.
Galarian Moltres,
Posting real fast that I'm live.
They do not want to take body presses. Even Rillaboom doesn't. Once they get stacked up and deal so much damage, if you then throw in something like the Sword of Ruin ability, Zamazenta is going to become a very formidable threat.
All right. We are good. Get in here. Callie Guardian was up.
Is so phenomenal when paired up right next to the Sword of
Let me know how audio is, by the way.
You could even threaten KOs that, Zamazenta really should not be able to accomplish, and it's able to because of the +1 interaction of its defense with the body press. And talk about that interaction. We do have the
shiny
lead.
Shiny versus non-shiny. Audio perfect. Love it.
As well as on the other.
I think they know how this game is going to be played, getting all of the defensive capabilities
Oh,
on the field,
goodness.
but then making them more vulnerable.
All right. Michaels went first. I'm assuming at this point with the teams that it's going to be 50-50 speed ties the entire way through.
Coming up into the fray, and what can the Chi and Pao do in these situations? Something like a Sacred Sword can be really good to just get some damage on the board against Zamazenta, but as long as you get it in before the iron defenses come into play.
Yeah, and that is something that you also need
to
take into consideration. The speed interactions. Are they both trained to be at the maximum amount that they can?
Yeah, or even it's just if it is the same type of seeds. All right. Protect over from Michael. Protect on the other end. If this is just an iron defense, I swear.
I actually like this because it might be tempting for the Zamazentas to go for something like a heavy slam straight out the back, going down into that ice type, getting significant damage. Chiampal's pretty frail, doesn't want to take that.
They're both cracking up.
Go for protect, see what my opponent wants to do. And in a way, if you've been able to read into
oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, so I think it's pretty safe to say they have experience against the mirror.
protect. But it is worth noting, at least the Zamazenta over on Donald's side can now protect, as it had failed because everyone else decided to do the exact same thing. So
goodness.
I'm quite curious to see how this may play out a bit aggressive with the Sacred Sword into Donald.
Qian Pao on Michael's end has outsped twice now, but I don't see, like, oh, Icicle Crash. Okay.
Actually trying to pick up a cheeky little flinch if you're able to outspeed. Follow up with a body press as we have the heavy slam. It does pick up.
Everything on Michael's end has been outspeeding so far.
Is out for the count. However, the
Funny enough.
question is, what does Donald Zamazenta do? Is it going to target the Qian Pao? It does, and it picks up the KO as well.
Both trainers realizing the Qian Pao needs to
All
be
right.
out of here, doubling up into it. Both running that focus slash. You need
The Icicle Crash was scary, considering if it missed, you would be so behind. But I do also understand the wanting to go first. You cover for a swap as well, if you get the flinch if you go first, right? I mean, was that flowchart never fails? For real. If it's Latios on the other side, I swear. Oh, I see Michael shaking his head. Oh my goodness. They're just both giggling. It's a full mirror.
It seems like both of these trainers have done their homework in terms of the mirror. I'm not even sure if perhaps they may even...
If this is the same turn playing out again, I swear.
Right now, we've got a situation where Icy Wind is available on the Latios. Which one's going to move first? Are we going to...
Amazing, frankly.
Either of the Zamazentas?
That's a good point, actually. You could play defensively, and I think...
No. Do you see Michael just, like, popping off? There's no way. There's no way.
As the opposing Latios joins the fray as well. I think that's wise. You want to see if an Icy Wind is coming your way, and again, the Dragon type doesn't want
No shot. No shot the Zamazenta for Donald tries to protect, right? Okay. We finally got something else.
It's nice to see Donald actually taking that first step forward to go a little bit more offensive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think Zamazenta over on Donald's side once again left out from the...
I love that these two are just, like, laughing about things as well. Because, like, yeah, like, I get it, it's round 12. Like, it's serious, like, but it's still kind of funny. All right. All right, Donald's outsped twice. I can't imagine that, like, this isn't all just, like, speed ties, right?
It's going to be critical. The body press comes down from Michael Zamazenta, but it's not going to be enough to get the two-hit KO. Body presses left, right, and center.
Ooh.
Does that little extra bit of damage and is able to...
High roll? Or, it actually is differently changed?
Two remaining Pokemon, and it is going to be this Rillaboom. I think it's a good Pokemon choice in the back. Having the application to go for that fake out, slow down the pace, maybe allow your Zamazenta to get that critical body press up. And looking at the damage that previous body slam did, then body press did, you want to get the iron defense up because you cannot take another one.
Yeah, and
I need to find a Zamazenta team to use for my next YouTube video.
Interactions between these Latios is a very key point. I think the fact that you're able to pick up that KO now, you
I think that's the next YouTube video. I'm going to say it multiple times during today, but I actually uploaded a video. So, you go to the actual videos on my channel, I uploaded a new video, Laddering with Miraidon. And I'm proud.
But also misses that you need to account for.
Yeah, and actually interesting, the Rillaboom on both sides, neither of them are carrying Fake Out at this point. Not something you see every day. Instead, Rillaboom going on to a more offensive variant here.
All right.
Holding that choice band on Michelle's side.
Thank you. I'm trying. If I can get that Zamazenta video recorded tonight, I'd be so happy. I'd be mad happy. All right. Now we're getting some different plays going on. Let's go. This is trying to do some damage. Oh no.
Do you want damage? Rillaboom says yes.
Grassy Glide.
Grassy Glide through the grass terror. How much damage? 2-hit KO onto a Latios. What world are we living in as the Latios does opt to go for the Icy Wind? They at least wants to try to guarantee a scenario where you can guarantee the KO with that body press, because at this point...
I'm assuming it was just body press into the Zama considering the look on Donald's face. Yeah. All right. You guys are really cool. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I need to get the top leg re-dyed because I got like a lot of roots going on. I have to wait for the orange to fade first before I do that, but if I have stuff coming up, I can't get rid of the orange, so, you know,
unfortunate.
We're fine. We're fine.
Tiers too much if you're going for these grassy glides. Choice band, grass terrain, having the grass terror, that's going to be able to completely eliminate this Latios that does have access to a protector.
All right.
We've seen how conservatively
and hello.
at certain times. Possibly
hello,
then you could
hello.
leave the Rillaboom on the opposing side exposed. It cannot protect, so you can go for a body press into it.
And the fact that that guarantees roughly a 2-hit KO from the grassy glide does mean that Latios may have to
honestly, I was not excited when I saw Zamazenta mirror, but this match has been interesting. Oh, double protect attempt, no luck.
Over on Mishael's side, grassy glide will be launched. It will be targeting the Zamazenta. So Donald going for the read and staying in with the Latios, trying to get that icy win. Double protect failing does mean Donald will have the advantage in the subsequent turn to pick up the KO he needs.
There's a
over on Mishael's Zamazenta.
Yeah, it's interesting it didn't go into that Latios and try and get the knockout on it. Now the Zamazenta on Mishael's side is just going to be knocked out by that double up, the chip icy win, the body press we could already see was going to be able to get that second KO, but now it's a 3v1 situation that Donald...
You not want to just like get rid of the Latios, take the 50-50 speed tie with the Zamazentas?
Started going onto the offensive a little bit quicker than Mishael did and started kind of driving forward the KOs, particularly with the pressure that his Latios was able to apply with that Draco Media and the body press extra damage that was coming out from his Zamazenta.
And I think the fact that not only is
because like I think you just like you lose if you don't get the double protect anyways, right? So and like you knew that you weren't gonna do. I guess there was the Terra. No, but the Terra came out sooner, so you already knew. Alright. I want a yellow play Pokemon shirt. Maybe if I ask really nicely.
Is this a sort of meticulous flowchart that both trainers do highly recognize is the only path towards victory?
I think that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm actually just intrigued if they like change things up in the next game, or even just not playing the 50-50s. Assuming if there is 50-50s. There was like trends, like there was at the beginning, the Chien Pao and the Zama on the one end was outspeeding. I don't know, I'd be curious like longer term.
For these iron defenses, and there is a reason for that. There is no iron defense. There is no iron.
Oh my lord!
Wait, these aren't iron defense Zamazentas?
I thought I saw iron defense. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, me too. And you know, it's the start of the day. We clearly need coffee or something to get us.
Man, I wish they had shown the open team sheets for this. No fake out, no iron defense.
Right now, and it's showing its flexibility. Yes,
these are crazy.
These iron defenses come up into play. However, in today, it's not about getting those iron defenses up because you have enough with your Dauntless Shield to be able to get body press already boosted. And Wide Guard gives you so much supportive capability, not necessarily in this match, but against all of the spread moves that can come your way. Things like the Terra Starstorm, things like Astral Barrage and Glacial Lance coming through from our Calyrex Pokemon. So it's really nice to see this flexibility on the Zamazenta itself and showcase it throughout the entire Stockholm tournament. Focusing a little bit back onto this match, Chien Pao coming into the field, I think, is a guaranteed Pokemon choice, and I really wouldn't be surprised to see no changes to the leads from these trainers. It might be a case of trying, I think, if you're mission out to get your Latios in a little bit safer, try and maybe get some speed control up on your side.
I wonder if he would try and change things up though. Body press, wide guard, heavy slam, protect. Ooh, okay. Zamazenta somehow sort of kinder shield dog of this Georgia. Zamazenta, every dog has its day. You didn't think it would be 4 years later, but apparently it is. All right.
They know what they got to do. They just need to be able to wrap up the business. So I'm quite curious here, Lou, to see if we're going to see an...
Again, Zamazenta on Michael's end outspeeding. Because I think it got icy winded when Donald outsmed.
Just slowing down the pace of the game, but that actually was the moment where Donald could start capitalizing. If he's able to look at how defensively Mishael's going to play, or vice versa, that's when you can start trying to get some damage on the board. Things like a heavy slam are going to hurt into the Chien Pao, and the Chien Pao in return can go for a Sacred Sword. We've seen the double up completely eliminate Chien Pao from the field, and at the end of the day, the Sword of Ruin abilities don't stack up. You only need one on there for it to be in place. So you kind of look at your opponent and go, I don't need your Chien Pao right now, I've got my own. Let's get rid of it and start getting those Pokemon rolling out.
Yeah, and I'm quite...
Are just going for the protect, okay. Okay, so Chien Pao on Donald's end this time. Did Michael didn't protect anything?
The fact that they're already down a game. They want to go on the offensive.
I mean, yeah, if you just get that turn right,
They need to try to make
you're in a good
big
spot,
plays
so.
right now. No time for protecting here. I just need to go on the offensive. But that does lead up at least a situation where now Donald, since he went for the double protect,
there is the opportunity where Michael can, like, protect one if he thinks it's going to be a double up into, like, the Chien Pao, for example. He can just protect the Chien Pao and attack with the Zamazenta and force, like, kind of a nasty situation.
Protecting this next turn in the mind games now get switched into Donald's driving seat. Do you think that Michelle is going to try and get some more damage on the board or go for that more defensive play? I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chien Pao go for the protect because you know that it's going to be a target and Donald can easily KO it with a double up. However, the Zamazenta could be primed to go for that heavy slam and just go for the Chien Pao. Not necessarily get the KO.
Yeah, I feel like Michael, like, if you protect the Chien Pao and you get a good hint with the Zamazenta, that's going to be so nice here. Either chipping away at the Zamazenta so you can try and, like, put Donald in a weird position the next turn, or just bring Chien Pao down to Sash.
A potential two-hit KO range, but this may be susceptible to an icicle crash if there is a read and it's not on the correct.
Going the other end. Does this get the flinch? No flinch. All right. Again, Michael's outsped every single time. Like, it has been consistently that Michael, Zamazenta, and Chien Pao has outsped Donald.
Down and out for the count here in this game too, thanks to a double up, and it looks like Donald's also reading from the same playbook. Icicle crashes and heavy slams both being targeted up with a cheeky
crit mattered.
a little bit of style flexing to be able to get the knockout. So once again, Costa, what we're seeing is two trainers piloting very similar Pokemon in a very similar way. Having a little
I wonder what Michael's gonna bring out here. Is it gonna be the Latios to match Donald?
With its speed, going for a very powerful Draco Meteor to completely eliminate.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's another one on the field.
I think we're experiencing a bit of deja vu here.
I will say the shiny Latios, like, that teal is so nice. Rachel, hello. Merry Christmas.
Mean that Michelle does have the choice of doing the same in complete honesty or trying to rely on that late game Rillaboom with a choice band in order to better position himself against, let's say, that Latios. That two-hit KO was actually very
Yeah, I need to find a version of this team
to be completely capitalized off of from Michelle. So in this current situation, it may really just come down to another.
I asked, it's similar to Keanu's team. So I did message Keanu and asked.
That could be a very interesting choice coming through on Michelle's side. Looks like we're just going to see some protects first of all, not wanting to go for any terrestrialization quite yet, as the Draco Meteor once again was coming down.
Let's see
from
if I get an answer.
Really trying to play through the same script, getting the damage.
You're
on
just
the board.
so
You can see how
little.
That body press actually does into the
All right,
grass.
getting the
So
protect.
really nice defensive terrestrialization on Donald's side, and really nice defensive plays on the Latios here from Michelle.
Yeah, and that's sort of what you need to be able to do. You need to be able to weave yourself around and have that sort of, not premonition, but that insight in order to...
Michael doesn't use Terra either at this point.
For yourself to be able to have that advantage on the board state, but it's very difficult. There's
All right,
so many
hello.
things right now in terms of, you know,
I'm getting
what if I
engrossed.
go for the aggressive play, but my Pokemon just doesn't go
done.
first. That can really just result in changing the outcome of the game.
I think as well, the grass terrestrialization poses a lot of problems for Michelle. If there is indeed that Rillaboom as the fourth and final Pokemon, we've seen that it really does nothing to that
Terra!
If it wants to lock into something like the grassy Glide or Woodham or even the high horsepower, it would really force that Rillaboom to...
We're getting serious now this game too. Game one was all giggles.
It's still going to be a hard wall to go.
Ooh, okay.
That is revenge. That is redemption for the Latios on Michelle's side. That's a one-hit KO down into the Latios on Donald.
Michael consistently with the Chien Pao and the Zamazenta outsped, but the Latios from Donald outsped in game one.
This time round body press, now dealing a bit of chip damage, let's say, onto the Zamazenta over on Donald's side, and that's definitely not chip damage. That is a lot of damage of a body press with a resisted hit into the...
Like, there's no way that Donald has just gotten this unlucky with all the Zamazenta, like, speed ties, right?
The board state from game one to game two in this current scenario. Donald is now down to his final two Pokemon and has that Rillaboom on the field.
Make sure you don't get Icy Wind with the wide guard.
On Donald's side right now, because another one of those body presses will get the knockout on the opposing Latios. There's really not much the opposing Latios.
Michael did a head nod. A head nod. Draco again. Still a good chunk of damage. I guess it is an Assault Vest because it's banned instead. But double up into that? Yeah. All right.
That is such a nice
All right.
there. And we noted that
Game 3.
That would have most likely likely have been the wood hammer. You want to be able to at least guarantee the most damage you can onto the Latios to finally get rid of it as a threat. So this just seems like it's been a bit of a wrap-up from Michael's side, and all it comes down to was that...
Again, yeah, no, this Zama from Michael outspeeds. No ifs, hands, or buts. If all of a sudden, Donald in Game 3, his Zamazenta outspeeds Michael's Zamazenta, I'm gonna lose it. There has been like 8 times in a row Michael's has gone first. There's no way, right? Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I got the sauce. That, like, this Zamazenta is different. I'm still like confused if it's like Michael or Michael, but I've always heard Michael, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's sort of like a expanded lower tier.
Proof that random battles experience makes you a good player. It's just plain experience in general, honestly. Like Ranbats, you just like, you gotta account for everything while knowing nothing. And like just be on it, right?
You know, X went instead of Y, what would have been the outcome? And it does feel like a sort of like alternate...
Yeah, no, I was just talking about you. Funny enough, I messaged you on Twitter about your Zamazenta team. So how's it going? Congratulations on your indie run. Watching all the top dogs out here, all these Zamazentas. Yeah, Zamazenta with body press, I mean, it's nice to see that it's actually in a playable place. And like Zamazenta's strong, but I don't think it's like crazy. Oh my god, it's like not, doesn't feel like Zacian did in Sword and Shield, which is nice. Moro though, yeah, all good. Good luck at your locals, by the way. I just asked if you had a public rental for your indie team. I saw there was one posted, but it didn't seem like it was like on purpose. So I don't want to use something without permission. There's like an EV Pokepace version of the team posted that like I could recreate, but like it kind of felt like a little weird doing that too. So all right. Here we go. We're running it back. Zamazenta Qianpao. I actually do need to bring my Zamazenta up from Sword and Shield at this point, because I do have the shiny one. Eating your YouTube watch party. Commentating is always going to be the most fun. Like, I love casting so much. Playing is fun, but like, I don't have the mental for it. After Portland, where I threw the game and I got mobbed after when I just wanted to go cry, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Protect. Again, Qianpao over on Michael Zend outspeeds. Okay, yeah, it's... Yep, 100%. 100% Michael's just outspeeds here at any point. Which is actually so good for him to know going into, like, this beginning game.
Of course, it's not protecting, it doesn't have that priority. It was going on the offensive, but to no avail. And I think this is really where these trainers start scouting out who's going to make that first move. Donald, you can see hovering...
Like, that's tough with the Qianpao, because, like, you know, like, from Donald that, like, this Qianpao does just outspeed, right?
The critical thing, however, is with the Dauntless Shield up, you already have a defense in play. Yes, you've got some counteraction from the Sword of Shield, but the Icicle crashes on...
Neither has Iron Defense, which is nuts.
So if, as Michelle or Donald, you want to call that there is a potential Grass Terror type, you can always go for the Icicle crash.
Mirror, this one, this, like, it was so funny in the match 1. You just have to hope for Icicle crash miss, right? Okay, no flinch. This mirror has been pretty entertaining. What? Terra's on this Qianpao's. We didn't get to see the open team sheets. I guess you also don't really want to, like,
a match like this,
ghost
really
it,
too much cost down.
because then you
But
lose the
Sable
Terra
can be the one
Grass
to
through
get
Zamazenta,
himself down into, has
which
a
then
cheeky
also is
protector
rough,
there.
so.
But actually, it doesn't play a big role in the match other than to just keep it even Stevens between these trainers. Where the niches start to come into play are with these Latios that we see. Michelle bringing the Latios out front and center. And
These are actually speed tied.
Wow, surprise,
So this is
surprise.
actually scary.
I think if there could be another level of expectation, maybe trying to opt to go for the protect play, but like you mentioned, Lou, I think it's just wanting to at least guarantee that you're equal, and at no point do you allow a Chi and Pao to be on the field when a Latios does come onto it as well. So once again, is this gonna be
The Latios ones are scary because Donald got the outspeed game 1, Michael in game 2 with the Draco Meteors. So, got the mirror on ladder versus me. Oh dang. Michael's also just different. Honestly.
I really like
Actually, just like a ran bad stiff.
You know the Draco Meteors are going to come down and get the knockout.
Great.
So if you do go for a steel Terra,
Ding ding.
that's a really nice way to circumnavigate
Here's
that.
the Terra.
The same one's
We
still
got
coming
there.
through for Donald.
Origin
He's
Palkia
trying
and
to
Origin
get
Dialga.
Zamazenta.
I think they're ugly.
Make sure that it's not gonna take so much damage from these body presses.
And I just don't
Obviously,
think
on Michelle's side, my apologies there. Gonna be
ugly
able to
Pokemon are
just
good. I actually don't know what they do. In terms of like an actual restricted, because like I haven't felt like a need to learn about them yet. They don't really seem like they're useful at all. I also just never got to that point in Legends Arceus, so I do kind of forget they exist. Alright, Protect coming out from Donald. Luster Purge. Alright.
Finally, actually dropping the special defense here, maybe allowing
Body
himself
press.
for a follow-up, guaranteeing if the Luster Purge does come out once again onto Donald's.
Oh, and if that was a Draco into it.
This actually leads Donald to feel like, okay, do I really need to actually defend my Zamazenta and act upon with my Latios? But then you have to be pro.
If you protect your Zamazenta and Draco Meteor and lose that speed tie, like you're cooked. Yo, is he eyeing up the Draco into the Zamazenta? Oh. Oh. Alright. Alright, Donald's cooked. GG. Michael's Pokemon simply love him more. Those outspeeds.
Yeah, as they do, body press does get a bit more chip damage onto Zamazenta from Michael's side. But if I'm completely honest, this feels very
that Luster Purge call was a good move.
Michael has that huge advantage of being able to still have Latios on the field. It does resist both body press as well as the grass type moves from Rillaboom. Most importantly, you've just got so much more resource available to yourself.
Oh, yo, you you got something in your settings. That's the one weird thing about YouTube, I'm not gonna lie.
Right now, it only has one potential protect it could go for.
Alright. Still that -2 doing so much.
It is gone. Donald down to just the Zamazenta.
Well done, well played.
Alright.
This doggo is gonna have to try to make the
every dog has its day, but apparently not the shiny Zamazenta.
You know, stranger things have happened in VG before, although we do see
they have not that strange of things. Not that strange of things. Alright. GG's. Yeah, body press like Zamazenta is crazy. Alright, let's see how laggy the stream is this time around for this. I love her hair, by the way. It's so nice. Alright, oh, we do have team sheets for this one. Let's go. Oh, shit. Gomez versus Suika. Okay. Alright, here's another Zamazenta. I know it was like 27% or something like day 2, but like, sheesh. Okay. Another Zamazenta. This one does have Iron Defense. This Rillaboom does have Fake Out, Assault Vest. Alright, it seems like everything right in the world over here. Goggles Ensign, Will-O-Wisp knockoff, Taunter Shifu with the Choice Scarf Taunt. Alright. Helping Hand Pelipper, Hurricane Weather Ball, no Protect, which is Wide Guard, and then Booster Raging Bolt. So, oh, Pokemon emotes not on Twitch. I got a couple member ones, but I don't think I'm gonna like. I don't know how often I'm streaming on YouTube, so.
Dark Terror as well in order to navigate away.
Yeah, I mean, getting the defense boost is just so useful, and then being able to set that up further, but you're not needing to, and it's just so much better of a typing than Komao did. It's just nuts.
Let's take a look at Joji's team now. Joji is, of course, as we mentioned, running that.
All right. Booster Flutter, Shadow Icy, all right, standard. Another sturdy Ogre Pawn. Okay, so is Cornerstone Ogre Pawn just the wave now? Or is this just like the flavor of early format Reg G? Because at one indie, there's like it's kind of everywhere. I don't know, I kind of thought it was booty cheeks still, and apparently it's not. I don't know. All right, Amoonga, standard, Rocky Helmet. Oh, we got the Hyper Beam Terrapagos. Hyper Beam Terrapagos, I think, is so funny. This one's specs. We got the Chi Yu, standard Chi Yu. Scary Face, Tailwind, Torn. All right. I just, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater, but I just... I don't know why they don't work for you, honestly.
And once again, there's that Cornerstone Ogre Pawn, not so popular during Regulation F, but I think we've seen a lot of it in Regulation G. And
I don't know. On the Oko podcast, I had some words about Cornerstone Ogre Pawn. Joe Brown's like, I've been talking about forever, and it's finally good. And I was like, I won one regional, cool. Like, slow your horses here. It's not good. And then now it's actually like doing good. So,
it very much is.
Oops.
And the Tornadus does have Scary Face on Judgy's side. That may be a bit of an indicator of matchup towards Trick Room.
My bad.
At this point, it might most likely not come into play unless you want to be able to guarantee further speed control post any Tailwind setups. But we are getting into the game.
Ooh, good music though.
Right now, we have Alex
really good music.
All right.
Very offensive start coming out from Pika.
In previous regulation set formats, coming back to the fray and saying, right, I am
this music is so good.
still relevant, and I am going to prove to you.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, Chi Yu and Fluttermane.
Okay, Ridden. It's fair. I don't know.
Up against the Rillaboom and the Raging Ball. So both of these Pokemon,
I guess, like, I don't know. I'm still a hater, but maybe a little less so of one after hitting some powerful, like, Ivy Cudgels and, like, when I was using the Miraidon team in my last YouTube video, so, like, I don't know. I don't know. Walking Wake is the least viable of the three. Walking Wake's just... Ugh. Walking Wake's a fraud. I feel bad. I love Walking Wake. Walking Wake's so cool. Gouging Fire completely, like, just is gone with new reg. World's friendliest street lamp? Yeah, let's go. Liam, hello. Hello. Azusado Protection. Alright, double protect. Get Terra out. You say a YouTube video uploaded today? A brand new YouTube video that was uploaded today. Where I picked up the winning Indie Miraidon team and hit the ranked ladder. And all the matches were awesome.
Now that Alex has burned his Terra, it means he does not have another Terra.
Let's go.
Raging Ball being the Terra electric type.
Wake needs too much support. You need speed, you need to commit your Terra, it needs to be in Sun, it needs Life Orb. It's just, it needs everything and it still doesn't Oko. It's just like, and everything kills it.
Defensive side, and
YouTube video is fire. I watched. Thank y'all. I do appreciate it. I was very excited that I got a YouTube video out. And next video. Oh, I heard the Discord notification. I heard there's Discord notifications going off in this match. Next video is going to be Zamazenta. So hopefully we'll get that, not tomorrow, but on Tuesday. We'll hopefully get that up. Go for singles? Dang. Not getting any of these Thunderclap turns. All right, you turn out. Was it okay? No, grassy glide.
Terrain would have been enough, but no, definitely not right now.
That's a fantastic
That like button.
switch
Oh,
from
thank
Georgie over here.
you.
And Among
I
Us,
appreciate.
can't really spore or do
Watch it,
anything
let's
to
go.
the Wilbur.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Poland puff.
Gonna be doing more and more content going on forward again, so I do appreciate the support.
Will once again be activated if it goes back up to full health. This Raging Bolt, I'm just going to have a quick look if it's a assault vest set. No, it is a booster energy.
Yeah, this one's got boosters, so we do got the protect. Sorry, the protection.
But the Terrapagos, of course, being choice specs, cannot protect. And, you know, if it gets
Protection.
thunderclapped, it will
Which one is Rayo? We got Dragon Pulse. Is Rayo like Thunderbolt, and then the other one is Thunderclap?
As well. It's sort of like a guarantee if you don't want to opt to go for the
The wide dog.
A
wide dog. That's how it looks like when you look at the Zamazenta from the front with like the shield parts going out.
Fabulous looking Terraform Zero will be
Worst Terra in the game. Turtle.
allowing itself as well to now hit with its
And
sprint
this.
damage for so
Y'all
much powerful attacks.
Y'all are too kind. Don't go make me blush. Don't go make me blush. All right, Pterosaur Storm. Ding, 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 ding.
All these stars are raining down on this assault vest Rillaboom.
I missed the
which takes it
protect.
really, really well. And Rillaboom, you know, just wanting to get out of
Yeah,
here. Does
you
not
turn
wanna
out.
stay in. It wants to keep that grassy terrain active for the future and for the fake outs, and it's going to U-turn and in.
Yeah, but you know how this fake out now is nice.
Ready for another round of
Yeah, it's a lovely little switch in
So
here.
Terra
Now,
Shell,
safety
it.
goggles does mean it's gonna be
If
able
I have
to
this right,
get
and
rid of
forgive me if I
any
don't,
sort of
because
smoke
this
focus.
turtle and everything confuses me, it distorts tight matchups, so your moves hit not very effective into it.
In terms of its HP, and this is why Amoonguss is such a great Pokemon, especially when accompanied by Terrapagos.
What is the knife here? There's a wide boy. When you were saying like the one is a knife, I was just thinking about that video of the kid with the knife. It's like, what do you have? A knife! Not related, but I
Amoonguss
just...
is not just a Pokemon that can put the opponents to sleep, it can also heal its teammates. So now Alex has this Incineroar out on the field, and you know, this Terrapagos is choice specs. It cannot protect. The Incineroar does not care about the Amoonguss because of its safety goggles, so it can just easily fake out and stop the Terrapagos.
Venaki! I don't know why, like, the turns of the other languages crack me up.
And that may have been
Raging Bolt, Venaki!
in removing the Rillaboom earlier on in order to bring it back onto the field, especially not fall through to a super effective move on that Raging Bolt. We do have the Terra Starstorm dealing so much damage.
That was a lot.
Choice specs really coming into play, but it will have its damage output temporarily reduced.
All right.
Thanks to the
Parting shot.
And you got the pivot action going.
All right.
Now you can bring the
Turtle
Raging
enough for
Bolt
turtle.
back
It
in.
literally is a
However,
turtle.
You have to be cautious of a read of the
Right, I'm
storm
running
into
around.
that slot.
It'd be interesting. I don't know. Precipice Blades hurts. All right. Nice.
Georgie, but you know, Zamazenta now in a fantastic position. It is not terrored, so it is
Nice.
not going to be taking super effective damage. Rillaboom also just
Three
switching
turtles
in.
and a trench. You're not wrong.
Does get that one turn of fake out. And
You're
Rillaboom
absolutely
really
not
effective at
wrong.
anything the Amoonguss can do, but of course, Amoonguss can go for the Rage Powder because, of course, Alex has used up his Terra, so this Zamazenta cannot go for the Terra Grass and is susceptible to getting put to sleep unless it wants to switch out for this Incineroar in the back. But of course, Rillaboom can just fake out the Amoonguss, make sure it's nullifying one turn, and allow the Zamazenta to do its work.
All right,
Ooh,
get
that's
out of
right.
there.
It's actually a bit scared right now, running back into its Pokeball.
A
in order to
Motivado.
in
Bring the Flutter.
Flame. So,
Okay.
we see the sort of pivot, this ball
Fake
step,
out.
juggle and shuffle.
If this is a body press into it, yeah. Okay, nice swap, nice swap.
We actually have the body press trying to focus into the Terrapagos. Lovely switch.
Nice,
in order to
okay.
be immune thanks to the ghost typing there, and you see that the Rillaboom's attack as well.
Trick from
is
ground on with
completely
Bronzong to
negligible,
set
given that
gravity.
it's able to- it's a
Aren't we doing too much at that point?
Fantastic switch in from Georgie.
Aren't we doing
Taking
too
zero
much?
damage from that body press onto that Flutter Mane slot, which used to be the Terrapagos. And Rillaboom took quite a bit of recoil damage from that.
We're
Rocky
going
River.
so
Of
far
course,
at that
thanks
point.
to the grassy terrain, it is able to heal back the damage that it took. But once this grassy terrain goes away, it has to be very careful about.
But you know what? I'd like to see it.
Because it will slowly lose its health, and Rillaboom right now is just.
But hey, it would hit. You're not wrong.
Knock it out. So Alex's fake out options, he has to work very, very hard to preserve them.
And it's sort of at this point where you need to be able to directly threaten and pick up a KO as quick as you can.
Right, Min Blast.
No switch ups, no protective plays from the Flutter Mane. It picks up the KO onto the Rillaboom, at least forcing Alex to no longer have that pressure of the switches.
All right, nice.
The heavy slam, of course, does mean it picks
Ding
up
ding.
onto
I need a bell. I want a bell, guys.
All
right. And then, yeah, that was the first turn Terra on the Raging Bolt, so Zamazenta sleep.
Switch it now for the Terrapagos to come back, because it doesn't have to worry about the Zamazenta's body press, at least for one turn. Of course,
I think it's tough because, like, I don't know, Groudon feels like if you're hitting the Precipice Blades, you're good. But ground typing in this format, like just a pure ground typing, feels bad. So then it kind of tends to be a Terra Hog. You're slow and your move misses. I also don't think I want to live in a world where Precipice Blades is 100% accurate. But I feel like it's hard to justify in comparison to other 100% accurate stuff.
To wake up and then be able to start going for the body presses.
Yeah, I think he sort of has to at this point.
Oh no. Well, we'll find out why you feel that way in 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 games.
In order to bring the beads of ruin onto the field, you further.
I will say, even when there is like a bad match that you see, there's still like competitive VGC is so much fun, you know?
We see the Chi-Yu being switched in right now. We've got another big damage sweeper available on Joji's side in order to circumvent that fake out going into the Terrapagos. Lovely play.
And Zamazenta now going to
I've heard a little bit. The only thing that I will say is that, unfortunately, we play a game that includes luck elements. If you don't want luck elements, you gotta run 100% accurate. Like, it's the trade-off, right?
30%. So, the chances of maybe getting a flinch with a rock slide connect. So this is
it's a game of luck and skill. It's both, right?
does not wake up. It will take really heavy damage.
And like some people in their team building will give up pure strength to get the accuracy, you know? All right, no wake up this turn. A competitive Pokemon is a lot of fun. Ooh, it's super fast. Okay, I don't know. Super Ephasia? I don't know. Terra Cluster? I love that. Terra Cluster of a situation. Gone. Dang. Muscle crushing thing. It's... Yes. But like every part of a tournament run is filled with RNG, right? So it's hard when you focus on the RNG that happens in the sets that are all determining. But if you look at your luck during the day, on and off, a lot of the case, you would probably think that your luck has been pretty even. Whether it's a situation you got a crit or your opponent missed a move, it just feels bad when down the line it's in a moment where it is a make or break, right? It's also mitigating the amount of opportunities that your opponent can get failed by luck, which isn't always in your control, but there is sometimes like ways to be lowering it as much as possible, right? Quick Claw Groudon is the big cheese. Oh, at that point, just run Quick Claw Fissure Ting Lu, right? I'm saying. Go for it. Quick Claw Torkoal. Unfriendly things I've ever seen. It gets easier. It gets easier. It definitely is hard at first, but what's at least nice about VGC is once you have the Pokemon, you don't need to get it again. You can just retrain it. The first time getting the Pokemon, especially with some of these restricteds, does suck. Do not get me wrong. I am not taking that away from you.
And I think that is a really nice point that you touched on there, Zoe. The fact that the terrestrialization was activated so early on in the game for Alex, and he wasn't able to capitalize off of getting any thunderclaps, which he was trying to target down.
Yeah, Malden, I would still try comp VGC. It is a lot of fun.
Get drift of that situation and the intention. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna adapt.
It's
I'm
fun.
Safe out in the back, but I'm gonna directly be able to threaten you with the Terrapagos.
I've not been paying too much attention to this game. Alex is just straight taking... Alex is only just thinking about what he's doing in this next game. He's willingly timing out so he can sit on what he needs to do. Honestly, respect.
Onto this raging bolt, you know, it's standing very high, it's gonna hit, give a face full of stars, and there we go.
Honestly, Capsu, I agree. I don't think it would happen, but I do think that would be really, really cool. But I'm at least glad with the changes that they are making over each generation for it to get easier and easier. Because, like, when I tried to get into the game, like, way back, it was, like, impossible to get into. It was, like, during ORAS. Now, in comparison, it's a lot easier, which I'm at least, like, thankful for. It does get easier.
Being able to have an exercise a bit
Want to do VGC? I honestly super encourage it. I might do some more videos kind of getting like closer to like the other end of Worlds, like after Worlds, about getting more into the game, including like EV training and IV training and like getting into things.
That could have helped with the survivability, and also
but it's really hard to like get past that first hurdle of having to understand that. But then once you do, a lot of it makes a lot more sense. I would also even like pick up rental teams if you just want to try. Search up VGC Pace on Twitter. They have like a whole list of teams, PokePace, as well as rentals you can use in game. Which then can at least allow you to play without having to worry about the resources and that sort of stuff off the gate, right? I do have a video on EV training, like from way back. IVs, you just use bottle caps, which is super nice. That is at least like nice and easy. And the EV training, you either use like the vitamins and feathers, and then like count. Each vitamin is 10, a feather's 1. Or defeating wild Pokemon.
I don't even think many resisted Pokemon will be able to survive that. We've seen things like Miraidon take KOs against the resisted Pokemon.
Person seems so daunting. In person is definitely a different beast. It's definitely a different beast. But it's definitely really, really fun. Definitely, like, don't take that step before you're ready. But it is a lot of fun. Slitherwing gaming streams again. I can figure out a team that Slitherwing is good on, because, like, I am struggling, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and Amundius was such a key player as well. Having the
Ready for Steve? Oh, I'm glad to hear that at least. It was at least helpful then. Yeah, use a couple of rentals while you're figuring out what you want to use. Because then that way you get to like test new things out. Ooh, okay, we're getting Pelipper. We got the Pels.
From Alex's side versus Joji's Terrapagos and the Fluttermane. So a bit of an adaptation from both trainers.
Yeah, I really like the adaptation that both trainers have made. As Zamazenta now heavily threatens that Fluttermane with its heavy slam. Terrapagos also. So, you know, Zamazenta just in a
still, this Flutter is going to be fast. Like, Suika can literally just, like, Terra Starstorm, no Terra, and Moonblast into the Pelipper and just KO it first turn. And then be able to use the spread moves, right? You would use the Flutter for that, but there isn't Protect on the Pelly, so that does seem relatively safe.
Switched out here just so Joji will keep it safe for another turn.
Yeah, and
in person, that's fair. You definitely have to be like dedicated at that point. What's at least nice is like best of 3. Like, don't get me wrong, you can get crit out of 2 games in a row, but it goes back to if you're crit out 2 games in a row, you also have to reflect on the other things that happened in that game as why you're in a position that this kind of made or break it, right? Hey, Miles, you figured out the, sorry, drums. I don't know which one you prefer. You figured out the name thing. Alright. You see Wing in the Terra Cluster. Oh!
Enough, but heavy slam coming back, knocking out that Flutter Mane in one.
Ding ding.
So knocking out any more speed control options from this Flutter Mane with this icy wind. And you know, once
Alright.
I think it's now slower than the Terrapagos.
Right on whim, slither where the instant ogre were. Speaking of crits, I know that crit timing was funny. The issue with Slitherwing is first, the thing is to stop any priority. It's tough having Slitherwing in a format that has like Rigraph and stuff, as well so many things with Protect. Because if you swap in for the first impression turn and they just Protect, well then you're just kind of cooked there on the spot anyways. Bug is kind of debatable on how much damage it can do. And Slitherwing, if it's not the sun, it kind of feels bad, but then that's forcing it to be in certain situations, and there's a lot of rain going around, which is then going to be taking away the photosynthesis attack boost, so it's kind of... It's a lot.
Whether or not the
It's a lot.
Starstorm with the Beads of Ruin ability active is going to take the knockout on the
So I don't think Slither does. Slither does get bulk up, I believe.
Once it goes for the Terra Starstorm,
The issue is like Slither has a middling special defense stat. So if you have Assault Vest, you can't do any like bulk up type things, and if you have anything else, you just get bodied by a special attack.
Can go for
Which also then feels bad.
Teammates another turn.
And we could also have the option of Joji trying to go for the stellar terrestrialization on the Terrapagos.
And like your speed sucks.
Both the grass terrain as well as the rain in order to
And like
allow
fighting
the
Bug
Chi-Yu
is absolutely a
path to
dog
success
typing.
and picking up a KO.
Let's get bodied by
Speed of
Fairy and
Zamazenta.
Fire
We'll
and
find out
Flying.
if there's a focus of the Terra
Stupid.
Starstorm into the Incineroar slot, which could be
Alright,
quite
Protect.
crucial, but no Terra Stella.
Ooh, no Terra. So this Terrapagos really boldly just staying to battle. Zamazenta also going for a Protect, so to keep itself safe.
Terra Cluster.
Which target Joji is targeting, and it is.
I mean, you're doing more damage without having Terrestrialized as well. You wouldn't want a Terra right now because you don't want to lose your Terra Shell, right? There's no reason to be taking a super effective body press if you still have your Terra Shell intact, right?
I wouldn't be sure if the Terra Starstorm is going to be.
I would love if VGC displayed nicknames. I do not think it's a good idea though, so I understand why that's off.
The sash being broken due to the fake out, but Alex was able to read that quite nicely and did have that hard switch. So in this scenario, most likely, if the Chi-Yu was allowed room to be able to get an attack.
Oh, we are getting Terra?
That double up, or at least the Terra Starstorm in stellar form.
Oh, it is gonna go for it.
Would have been enough, but we're gonna have to find out. There is
All right.
the Terra Stella indeed coming out. Grass as well, grass terrain as well as the rain will no longer be in effect, at least for this turn.
That is the
I guess at this point, if you're just like,
Stella that I've ever seen, removing both terrains and the weathers, allowing.
I mean, that makes sense on the turn to be able to go for the heat wave. Oh, miss, double miss.
I can't tell what is this. That's, oh, it misses. Oh no, it gets body pressed.
It gets outsped by. Oh, actually, it may have even just missed.
It missed.
It did. Oh, that is such a big.
I don't know if it went for overheat or heat wave. Kind of looked like it went for heat wave. But Spica literally just terra'd on that turn to get rid of the rain so the Chi-Yu could absolutely destroy the Zamazenta and then misses. Yeah, sounds right. Chi-Yu is a fraud mon. Chi-Yu is the biggest fraud mon.
Chi-Yu still gets to click overheat, you know, a 90% chance to hit. It's very unlikely to miss twice in a row. Of course, that's not to say it won't miss, but
it's not 90%. It's always a 50-50. It either hits or it doesn't. If it isn't 100%, it's 50%. Sir, Venaki.
What does the Zamazenta do?
Yeah, I think Alex is gonna have to be able to bring in those terrains.
Zamazenta looks like a gambler fraud mon. Like, it just looks like the Pokemon that would miss all the time.
Maybe an indication of a protect from that Zama in order to allow yourself.
For TCG, wait, really? Is it actually good? Or is it kind of like a one-off or something in a deck? Overheat? Okay.
Heat wave does connect with the Rillaboom, so the fake out option, at least from the Rilla, is.
We'll get that one. We'll get that one.
To an instant being brought at the end of the turn.
Well, Incineroar now can just come back in. Zamazenta, a really wise protect there. Just
Chi-Yu is so cute.
It's really heavily threatening both the Terrapagos and the Chi-Yu.
Chi-Yu is very cute.
Get
when they finally do a Chi-Yu plushie, that'll be very good.
Coming back
Mills?
in,
Ooh,
really
okay,
switch,
okay.
Setting up the grassy terrain and the weather. Once again, of course, Terrapagos has gone for that Stellar Terror, which means it cannot delete the weather anymore. So this Zamazenta is going to be quite
It's sash to you though, so it can go for like a dark pulse. If you want to,
because there's the possibility of a wide guard.
I don't know. I was thinking even a developer, but I guess it's not sash, so you don't need to. I guess just to make sure you secure the KO, but you kind of need to deal with the Zamazenta, because that is going to hit you for super effective.
Threaten at least breaking sashes and even trying to have the wide guard available, forcing this Terrapagos to have to switch out, maybe be brought back once we're able to dispatch of the Pelipper, as the Amoonguss is the final Pokemon revealed here, followed up by that protect on the Chi-Yu.
Chi-Yu just wanting to keep itself nice and safe there. The Zamazenta,
wide guard, yep.
Wide guard, just keeping itself safe against any potential Terra Starstorms. Of course, the Amoonguss did switch in, but Zamazenta now looks like it's going for that body press. Again, on that
body press.
So
Make sense.
Quite a bit
Body press just kind of farms at this point. Like, you do have to, of course, like, get through the Amoonguss, but like a Hurricane into that Amoonguss slot is not going to take it well whatsoever. So, Joe, what's up? Are you back in New York, or?
Really happy to stay on the field because there's nothing that really heavily threatens it. The rain is up, so the Chi-Yu isn't going to be able to knock it out in one hit with its fire-type moves. And, you know, if the Terrapagos wants to go for that Terra Starstorm,
there. Yeah, I wish they had a better system.
Because, you know, Terrapagos locked into...
Also, that's so stressful that you have to travel overseas, and it's literally like you need to win to get your invite.
Locking into the Hyper Beam.
If you're home, no!
And it does force the Pokemon to
no.
So
at least now you know for later.
And I think there were a couple of mind games there with the potential Hurricane trying to lock itself.
So I'm playing safe travels. Safe travels.
Highly threatening one-hit KO, but no
Pterodark Assault vs Mewtwo. I don't know if Mewtwo is the plan. Also, Pterodark, you're just gonna get farmed by Zama. Yeah, perfect. Nice Terra, nice Terra. I forgot it was grass. Ooh, that's a nice little chunk of damage.
Benefiting the Zamazenta so well from the Pelipper, and the body press coming off is enough to knock.
I would have KO'd if not for the rain. Donzo's Flip should be funny. I have Tatsu Flishes in the other room, I believe. I gotta find those. Ooh!
This little doggo that is now a grass type.
Yeah, I think Joji recognizing
nice little chunk of damage.
Seems like the most realistic option for Alex.
There's fake out on this turn though.
To the rage powders, to the spores, will allow the Zamazenta to directly threaten the Terrapagos, but
I mean, if you lose the Terra, that's kind of sucks. Oh, and there's still Pelipper in the back. Right. If you two have fun, he travels. Otherwise, just don't Terra. All right, fair. There I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. All right, can Amoonguss 1v3, guys. Can Amoonguss 1v3.
This mushroom against the world.
Well, to be fair, it's gonna
Yo, it took down the Zamazenta. Maybe it could.
In the back, the Zamazenta has finally been quelled.
But seeing Amoonguss take down Zamazenta is pretty funny.
Gonna be able to wrap this one up, so very
You're cooked against the Peli.
Absolutely not wanted to
and the Incineroar. But it kind of funny.
His metrics being able to reach this point, he wants to keep it going.
Oh, what a fantastic adjustment from Alex. And you know, the rain might expire soon, but I don't really think that's something that really bothers Alex right now, because both the Incineroar and Pelipper at full health. Incineroar,
I believe in the miracle. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
does recognize that, forfeits the game, and both.
Let's believe in more realistic miracles.
Well done from both of these trainers, being able to.
That would be like an Alex accidentally running the gate. It's like running away from the game type miracle. I don't think it's.
We sort of had a focus of.
I don't think it happening.
Board state adaptations that needed to be made in real time. Given one turn into the other, you want to be able to reposition, if you're Joji, that Terrapagos into a point where just bring it in the back, guarantee the KOs where you can, and get rid of the Pokemon directly threatening it. There was
this music every single time.
However, Joji didn't get rid of that Zamazenta fast enough, and that was thanks to Alex's good plays, great rotations, always having the fake.
Oh, Alex has the Volcarona push. Alex wins the plushy game.
Into Judgy's team strategy there.
Yes, that teleport was a really great adjustment from Alex. You know,
Yo, Mr. Boosted. Alright, that was your father. What's up? Accidentally weather balls into Ensign. Pella for accidentally weather balls into Ensign and then just keeps clicking wide guard because I can't deal with what it's done. I don't know. I don't know. Something crazy.
That rain was what was so crucial.
Something just nuts. I mean, what was crucial was Joji literally wasted the Terra. Not wasted. He literally gave up Terra Shell on his Terrapagos and also locked into then what would be a dual a spread attack in front of a wide guard Pelly, knowing that was in the back, just so we could take away the rain to get that overheat KO onto the Zamazenta and whiffed it. That was it. That was the big thing. Because I think we could like play that really good. But as soon as you Terra'd, you had to swap out at some point when the Pelly came back in, and then you also just lost the capability of being able to get rid of that weather again, and then Chiyu's just kind of cooked, right?
Hurricane into a very obvious switch, and I think in the end he opted to play it safe.
That's really rough. So
there's really not much the Among Us can do anyway.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I'm still with Reg G, but at EUIC I got to do more analyst and stepped into that role, and I don't know, it makes me happy. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Aggressive start coming out. The Zamazenta. He always makes things sound so epic. Smells like nothing. Why don't you smell it at the farmer's market? Kind of sounds like it's true. Heavily threatened by the Zamazenta. We can see that's of that game one. You don't smell it before you buy it. Well, I see. I still appreciate that though. I've been trying, so when that comes across and people can see that, it just like it's like extra validating. So it's like I'm glad that you enjoy, and then it's like, wait, I learned at the game. So it's just nice. I appreciate. I appreciate. No, did he double into the Chiyu? Is the Chiyu also going to protect here? Okay, okay. Perfect. Smell doesn't spread out. I don't think like beeswax has a smell though. You need to get a different smell for when it actually burns. Sponsor teams, there is a couple. Gomez and Rios are on Koi, I believe. I have that right? You can see the jersey. I'm really bad at the teams. Yeah, so there's a team for players there. East Coast has like people a part of the org, but more so for content than actually playing. Like technically, I guess like they do also play, and then like some smaller orgs as well have players, but it's not quite as much of a thing. So.
How these players choose the targets.
Yeah, and I think it may have well been actually a parting shot in order to try to get that slow rotation, bring in that fresh Pokemon in the back to be able to at least
by Silly Knee.
the board state as
There weren't my silly names, were they? I had silly names at Liverpool. It is quite awesome.
And it has brought the rain, so it's going to be able to at least mitigate.
All right, Icy Wind.
Type moves from the other side of the field. Icy Wind, double connect onto the Pelipper as well as the Zamazenta.
This didn't pick up the KO last time, you know. How would have a Dark Pulse into the Pelly have looked that turn? I guess that would have been a huge call because you would have been Dark Pulsing into the into what was the Incin, right? So.
And now, of course, we have the resource that we've been talking about starting to diminish over on Judgy's side.
It'd be funny to randomly day 2 worlds, especially with like Wo-Chien. Unfortunately, you didn't do it first, but it was still a funny, right? You can like one up that, or at least try.
Doing very much damage, but this Zamazenta at 54 health is heavily chipped, and I think once the rain is gone...
Unfortunately, my next bit has to at least be qualifying for Worlds, and I'm nowhere near, so
or go for the
Maybe a next year thing.
Scout out what this Terrapagos is going to lock itself into, and Pelipper, you know.
3, it was terrifying. Mucus in the dark against Flutter. I've never recovered. Lucio, at Portland, the event before that, I had 100% locked win con. I had to KO the Flutter and then hit the Leaf Storm into the other Pokemon. I instead hit Thunderbolt into the Pokemon I didn't need to KO and hit Leaf Storm into the Flutter main, and then I whiffed Leaf Storm. So I threw away 100% win con because I just couldn't target my moves right. It happens. It happens. And like, I had the funniest little nicknames, so I just can't blame you. They were good nicknames. That is a good chunk. That is a good chunk. Wonder who did it first. Hey, we respect Ugarte and the Wo-Chien run. The Joe-Chien. Notice it's Joe-Chien instead of like Mark Wo-Chien. I don't know. I really tried. It's not my thing. That's fair. For player's point, I can definitely understand that. I say like I want to get the invite, but like I actually think I'm kind of over the playing, at least competitively. I kind of just enjoy the fun.
And I do like the fact that we see how much damage that deals. If that's a hyper beam,
Iron Hands making a reappearance. I think it's fraudulent.
Fake out is going to be the name of the game. It's going to break that Terra Shell.
I'm also not really good at knowing like what is or isn't fraudulent because I thought Cornerstone Ogre Pod was fraudulent and I am way off with that. This Chew is just like, this Chew is on a tear now. It missed one overheat and it just said never again. Never again. Is Ultima Palabra? Is that just like last shout? Last word? Like the actual like translation on that one? Better superpower, predicting when the opponent protects or when they'll Terra. Terra is only good for this format. Protect, I think, is better long term. Last word? Nice. All right. Let's go. Socializing. That's fair. It's all what you like prioritize, right? Everyone prioritizes different things, whether it's the run, whether it's like just having fun. There's socializing, like, nothing wrong with that. Maybe practice for Worlds, so like, you don't regret that, but that's also like, again, what you prioritize. Alright. Rid of the rain and the grassy terrain.
Oh my goodness.
Stupid looking turtle. This Shew's at like -4, right? I guess you don't need to do the most. You don't need to do the most damage into the Zamazenta. Oh my god. This is Chew's revenge art. Single target Terra Cluster. I've called it Terra Cluster more than Terra Starstorm. I'm literally going to drop that next time I'm casting. It's an English game and I'm like, here's the Terra Cluster. Alright. We didn't even show his 4th Pokemon.
Just being chucked off of the field in such fashion. Unfortunate for itself, fortunate for Joji though, as we have a
good luck, have fun. Thanks for popping by. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let's get out of there. If Chew's crazy. If Chew feels like it. Chew's literally that person that shows up to an event deciding whether they want to pop off or not. No way! Araquanid? We got to see just a smidge of Araquanid at Indy. There ended up being like, I think it was a team sheet error or something. I don't know what happened. But there ended up being a game loss, so we only got to see like 2 games coming out, and I don't really think we got to see the Araquanid. So we got to see the Araquanid run back, which is interesting. And this, honestly, just looking up from here offhand, you got fast mode and you got slow mode. And you also have, like, middling mode, because the Ursa, you can kind of do, like, either or, because it's, you can kind of do either or, right? Going up against Golden Go Ice Rider. All right. Okay, okay. Oh, and there's the Zacian. All right. Perfect. Oh, I hope that we actually get to see the Araquanid for realsy this time. All right. That was a perfect click, by the way, where we needed to go. All right. Clear Amulet Kali. Yep. Rocky Moon. Yep. Dark Urshi Standard. Sash. Taunt Knockoff. Citrus Berry and Sin. Golden Go Nasty Plot Lefties. And Assault Raging Bolt. Okay. I want to see this Araquanid. Leech Life Wide Guard Rain Dance Liquidation. Standard Miraidon. You got the Orncore. You got the standard Whim. U-turn. Okay, Assault Vest Ensign with the U-turn instead of Parting Shot. Foul Play, Helping Hand, Electric Siege for Rigoraph. Standard Ursa. All right. Suika, Joji ended up winning last match versus Gomez. Play Pokemon Go? Not too much. Too much. I think there's a lot of people that play the game that hate it, but they don't actually. It's a love-hate relationship. Like when you have a bad day of like Valorant and you're like, oh, I hate this game, but it's like you don't actually hate this game. Because if you were looking for money, there's a lot better ways to make money than playing Pokemon VGC, frankly. If like that's all that mattered to you, right?
I'm glad you mentioned the
yeah, the Trapago's won.
Key in this match. You've got Calyrex with the Glacial Lance, Golden Go with making to avoid.
All right.
Depends how you damage. The claps, Volt switches, those
let's go. Okay, Miraidon.
It is going to be
the Firatonante.
With the Urshifu for Lorenzo, and there's that Miraidon and Incineroar for Roy.
And I think having the Raging Bolt with the lead already on
all right.
10-0 is really nice into that Miraidon.
Honestly, I have kept out of the entire thing, Joseph. I have no clue what's going on. I don't really care to know what's going on. I just play Pokemon, watch my silly little Netflix shows, and play Stardew. I'm trying to also save more time off of Twitter because, like, it's so toxic. So, yeah, I don't even know what's happening.
Particularly when you have the support of that potential fake out with Incineroar that can break a focus sash on the opposing side, as well as slow down the
whenever I see the Moltres, it just doesn't do well. I don't know. I think Moltres is fraudulent, but I guess I can't keep calling Pokemon fraudulent in this, like, meta because things are actually kind of popping off, right? Oz was up. See if I can... Apparently, to add you as a mod, all I actually have to do is click on your name and say add mod, so kudos Sierra for figuring that out. Let's go. Boop. No Terra. Ding, ding, ding.
You know what I love is it's like I don't even need my dragon typing at the moment. I keep it when I deal the damage, but I don't need it for that defensive weakness. Instead, I'm going to get the singular one-hit KO.
Dang.
That Raging Bolt from the Frey.
Yeah, pretty good first turn there for Roy.
Extra electric damage and electric terrain from an electric Pokemon.
Yeah, it really is. And you know
YouTube modding works. Honestly, if someone posts a bad message, delete it. Callie, you're never free. You're hired on as the Piplup carrier forever. Tragic. Look at Sierra being a healthy adult with boundaries. The only reason I'm not necessarily on Twitter is because it was so bad for the mental. So unfortunately, it doesn't stem from being a healthy adult, but more so damage control. But you know, we're vibing.
Dragon type attacks just in case that Assault Vest Raging Bolt was able to hang on and retaliate with the Draco Meteor of its own. It won't be doing that super effective damage to the Miraidon.
Good job. I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine how much money those people are making to where it being their job and they hate it so much is like worth it over getting like a traditional job. I still just think that's like not a... It's... I I don't know, stuff like content. There's definitely like ups and downs. So if there's currently in a down to where they're not enjoying it at the moment, then that's fine as long as it goes back on an upswing. But I think that's just a reflection on themselves. Also, playing the game for content does actually change a lot of the relationship with how you look at the game. So maybe like it comes from like they enjoy the game, but they're not enjoying what they're doing for the game. All right, bring that Farigiraf. Nice time bringing that out in case there is the Trick Room here.
And I think that works perfectly because you get your Incineroar off the field to intimidate later on.
Glacial Lance also works. Pick up the KO the Miraidon.
Urshifu. Speaking of KOs, Miraidon is also down and out for the count.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. All right. Get the Chilling Nay. Already only, like, you got to be putting in work here. But, like, honestly, with Assault Vest and Electric Seed, just getting Rage Powders with this Amoonguss and clicking Glacial Lance with this +1 Cali, kind of not bad.
In an interesting spot now. It can go for the fake out. You don't have to worry too much about the Amoonguss. Both your Pokemon are grounded, electric terrains.
And if Cali is protected, you just like protect on the turn, right?
Then just go, hey, I don't need to go for the fake out.
Because like if Roy like,
but you got to watch out for the Cali rights. It has got a chilling nature.
Yeah, I think you're just fine to double protect this turn.
Things a little neutralized out, but the fact that the Farigiraf is in a precarious spot, something
you kind of need to wait out the electric terrain as well if you want to be going for a sport at any point. But like, opponent shouldn't go for Trick Room because Cali Ace is going to be good, right? Fake out, yeah. Can't really get that turn wrong. Psychic, yeah. What's the Terra on this Amoonguss? Fire? Okay. He's not gonna... You're not gonna Terra? Isn't it Fire Amoonguss? Would you not want to Terra so you're not getting bodied by a Psychic? Oh, you're gonna Water here. Okay. Okay.
Another turn of this potential electric terrain in play. So that means that Amoonguss will have a happier time trying to put some Pokemon to sleep. Until then, though, we're going to see adjustments on Roy's side of the field, bringing that Incineroar back in later and bringing Ursalunas.
Just doing as much. It's +1 Glacial Lance. This will be good. So.
I believe it's Lorenzo now. We're going to see the.
I think Zamazenta is good. I am not sold on the Galarian Moltres and the Latios right now. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I think
right.
that's a really important
Rage
thing,
Powder.
to move away from Grass Terra for your Calyrex Ice Rider into the Water type, and there's a lot of advantages to it. And
how much does this
do?
Oh, that's so much.
And the Glacial Lance comes down. No Trick Room setup. Roy expecting a passive play there.
All right. Lock Mercy. Now you just double protect again this next turn. And then you just win the game.
She's like, I don't need Trick Room at this point. If I'm turning into the Water Terra.
That's a good way of putting it, Joseph. That's a good way of putting it. I think like Zamazenta teams will change. I think Zamazenta will stay good. I don't see this current 6 staying good.
Trying to get one in before the Intimidate comes back into play. You know the
it's double protect again, right?
Yes, at this point in time,
double protect, Glacial Lance, ding ding, win.
Or even just the Flare Blitz to get rid of that Amoonguss.
No reason to like play risky, right? This probably would be the last turn of terrain, so and ever there is the world where there's the Trick Room, which I highly doubt, then you can just Spore.
Just at least want to limit the amount of choices Roy has available. We're seeing a similar play as to a couple of turns ago. Double protect. You don't want to fall victim to any sort of flinching in this turn as Farigiraf just goes for the Psychic once again, hoping to pick up KO onto that Amoonguss. And in this scenario, honestly, this is going to be really tough for Roy to be able to bring back.
Yeah, the play makes sense, trying to get the
Rage Powder, Glacial Lance.
Really start to
easy.
But the fact fact that you have the capability to double protect, you're not choice locked into anything here on Lorenzo's side. You're now in prime position to do what we were saying earlier, Costa. You can always try and go for that high horsepower, get rid of the Incineroar, but I think this turn, Glacial lands. KO the Farigiraf, get some damage on the board with Incineroar, maybe even allow the Amoonguss to go for the Rage Powder as it's doing.
Yeah, you get rid of Incin next time around, right?
Or anything like that to protect that Calyrex.
Oh, and the speed interactions over on Roy's side will mean Incineroar moves first before the Farigiraf, meaning, of course, that the Farigiraf has to try to focus down with the Psychic, but at this
Farigiraf's about to get bopped. Oh, just getting foul play. Oh, okay, it does not get it bopped as I thought. Oh, and it doesn't pick up the Incin. But, like, if it's just Flare Blitz, on this Incin, I forget what the move coverage is on this Incin. Knock off. Nope, okay. That Farigiraf, like, I know it's foul play, but still, that did more damage than I thought. I guess that you do have, at that point, two Chilling Nabus. Okay, okay.
Well played from Lorenzo.
Oh, like, how did it closer than I thought it would right at that end? For how, like, I thought it was on the one side.
I do really love the plays that were, chosen from Lorenzo, going on the immediate offensive, saying, I don't necessarily need to straight away get the Trick Room set up. And you could see Roy was sort of having to go now back down to the drawing board in order to better plan against it, even though the Araquanid is a great utility to be able to have under Trick Room conditions. I don't feel like maybe there's any play for it. You need to be able to get those quick KOs on Lorenzo's side.
I mean, Roy had a very commanding beginning. Being able to go for that Draco Meteor, get rid of the Raging Bolt, and this is where the
his music is always so good.
Get rid of that Raging Bolt, as you did so effortlessly in that game.
Amazing Violet's using it. I do think, like,
the White God, I think, would have been really
who's using the team definitely helps.
Because then all you're really forcing it to do
Definitely
is
helps.
high horsepower. That not only is a single target attack, but there's a couple of Pokemon that can work around it. Araquanid obviously can do it. Incineroar has the potential to go for a Grass Terror.
Yeah, bring the Araquanid. I want to see Araquanid.
It will really be all about, though, preserving those key Pokemon, because if you
do I think it's good in this? No. Do I want to see it? Yes.
I think for Roy, I want to see the Miraidon being played
yes, but Flare Blitz was resisted.
That was great.
That was so good.
But you are choice spec locked into it, and your special attack will be dropped and dropped and dropped, meaning that you're not giving enough.
I think you were fishing for a crit either way, but I think just knockoff does more.
I think it could be worth it.
I think that's a really good speculative point, because you want to be able to at least maintain that consistent threat in the back at any point. Draco Meteor was fantastic, but losing it so early on means that you have to rely on the Farigiraf.
I'm also often wrong, but you know.
Actually get as much going. It was just going for the sidekicks until the foul play, which was pretty massive, but at least guaranteeing the 2-hit KO.
Everyone's got opinions, right?
Onto the Amoonguss, but at what cost? The
Ice
Rider just went for the attacks and started picking up the KOs in a very, very quick fashion.
People voted for this match? Was this a vote? Wait! We got the spider!
Against the Calyrex is that Araquanid paired up with the Miraidon, facing down against the Urshifu and the Calyrex.
Bird Modest.
Yeah, and I think
oh
being
no.
able to have the wide guard for potential discharge is so nice as a utility tool here, whilst it also covers for the glacial land. So really nice synergy from this pairing here, especially against an Urshifu, because we've seen that at least with my side and experience discharge, I feel like there's such a high probability.
The Araquanid does look really cool, and shiny and Araquanid is like insane. Like, it's so good.
Be able to go for that, break the focus dash, and I think it's wise then for the Calyrex to get out of there, knowing it cannot be fully capable with its Glacial Lancers. And straight out of the blocks, we're going to get beautiful and Bejeweled out here on the main stage at Stockholm.
Bright and Bejeweled, guys!
Electric Terror comes through once again for
Do still Bejeweled when I walk in the room. I can still make the whole place shimmer.
To have a bit of a preview on it, at least on the
Alright, detect. You know what? Just YOLO Electro Drift into this Amoonguss.
Even have to incur that paralysis status, as discharge is the
oh.
move of choice. I don't see any reason not to go for this. The question is, Amoonguss, are you going to be able to avoid a 2-hit KO with so
That's actually
players are in strength as the discharge comes through, and Amoonguss will be able to take another.
Maybe I'm like outing myself here for like bad game knowledge and like I don't like need to be doing this, but like I didn't realize if you have a move that hits all, it makes sense, but if you have a move that hits every part of the field, including your own, but your partner Pokemon use wide guard, that it's then also not going to be hit by discharge. Like I just haven't seen that interaction ever play out. So it's never anything that I thought about for more than a second. Like it makes sense because even though like the discharge is coming from like your own end of the field, it's still a spread attack and it's going to protect your end of the field. So then the Araquanid's going to stay safe. But like that's just like I've never put any sort of thought into it. So that is really, really cool. I have just learned something today. I just learned today. That is so cool.
Also will not fall down to another discharge, whereas Araquanid, the only way it can really hang on here is for going for that defensive wide guard.
That is so cool.
Aren't going to care about that. They're single target type attackers. So yes, if you go for
invulnerable. There is the Blood Moon Ursa in the back though.
And allow damage dealt from both Pokemon into something like the Araquanid. If you get rid of that Pokemon, considering Unseen Fist can also just completely go through anything, it's just a really nice way to preserve things for that Calyrex in the back.
That's just really cool though.
Whether you're trying to
that's so cool.
Rolls in terms of guaranteeing a 2-hit KO on the Amoonguss or a paralysis status on the Urshifu, Roy needs
and like wide guard, yeah, like you just keep going for it, right? This is gonna do a lot to the Urshi. It is Sash, so it's not gonna get KO'd.
Can it pick up a paralysis? Can it even force a full paralysis? Because I feel like if it does...
Yo, if it actually hits the paralysis, like, no. All right. Wicked Blow, all right. Does Sucker Punch get this now?
It's locked into this. There isn't necessarily a safe switch on the opposing side unless Ursaluna has come in the back, but I'm pretty sure that might have been dropped for the Araquanid.
And I think the Urshifu may well actually be tempted.
Yo, this be a wicked call if Roy... Oh, I guess he didn't because, like, we saw the Amoonguss already swap. I was gonna say it would have been wicked if we saw him switch the Miraidon and then hit with the Araquanid into the Urshi, but... Oh! Okay, also just swap that. Oh, you're gonna hit your own Farigiraf, though. Oh, no. I never played during the EQ discharge days. So, like, now I'm learning. Like, this is cool. Oh, my God. The Farigiraf.
But you cannot protect yourself from that discharge. Thankfully, there is
oh my gosh.
To allow Farigiraf to hang on the field here.
No, I did absolutely nothing in Indy.
Farigiraf as well has the capability to, you know, it can just go for a helping hand deal.
It'd be like that though, it's fine.
Yes, it will fall down at that point, but that could be what Roy needs to be able to pivot the Araquanid back in. I think that would be great considering you have got the Glacial Lances coming your way again. The issue, however, is the Raging Bolt. Lorenzo has preserved it, has not let it go down very
Helping hand. Oh my God! He's gonna kill his own giraffe!
And it is ready to try to get as much damage it can.
He's killing his giraffe! I guess at this point, like, you're okay to kill your giraffe because realistically, you want to get a free swap back into your spider. So you can wide guard. But like this quad resisted assault vest, like,
honestly, I feel like if that hadn't been a protection,
yeah, it's on. I forget what it's called. Oh my gosh, that is the KO. Oh my gosh.
Not taking too much damage from the Volt Switch, and now Lorenzo is in a really
Your opinion, the killing the giraffe?
Protect on the Calyrex, it's very high risk to go for it again, but I feel like
free swap into the spiders so you don't get Glacial Lanced, right?
Is at this point in time. That's going to be able to deal so much damage with the discharge. It does allow Roy as well to bring Pokemon in like the Incineroar or even the Araquanid from the back to have gone for wide guards. But the Incineroar's here to have that fake up pressure. Try and maybe put the Calyrex in check.
Yeah, and at this point, you're able to at least have even more pressure and just...
Oh, spider?
It feels like Roy just has to keep on going with the discharge at this point because at least you're going to be able to directly threaten the Calyrex, but it may introduce that switching of the Raging Bolt to better take...
Like, I know you're Assault Vest Incin,
Mungus does have access to Pollen Puff. You could go through a situation of being able to get that recovery going as this
Attempt for the double protect.
Incineroar will be threatening. We've got a double protect failing to connect.
All right.
Protect from the Amoongus.
Amoongus shows you how it's done, and of course Incineroar will have to take damage from the discharge, but as you mentioned, the Assault Vest there to try and negate some of that so that the Incineroar can maybe go on the offensive with a flare.
I didn't like bringing the Incineroar on this turn.
Able to get so much damage on that Calyrex. Oh, it also gets the paralysis on the Incineroar. That's not quite what you want to do, but I do think that's what you want to do, though. That's it. Get it on the Calyrex. Incineroar's time is definitely limited.
Oh, no!
It's not able to move. But let's just hope for Roy that maybe it was going into that Moonghost and wouldn't have done damage anyway.
Yes, that is definitely what I'm going to try to feel for Roy's case.
Yeah,
but,
his reaction wasn't too upset, so
no,
maybe that was the case.
Maybe that was indeed the case, but at this point, Electric Terrain has now expired and may even introduce Roy to take into consideration a switch out here, but there's a Trick Room. You need to be wary of it. Is there a way for you to be able to not only navigate a way around it, but then there's the Glacial Lands, and the paralysis may mean Incineroar might not even be able to move, but we've got the redirection of Moongus available.
I like this as well. You know that you're going to force the protect on the Calyrex, so you can capitalize on that, make a switch. Incineroar now can go for the flare blitz.
Oh my god.
Still in play. The Electric Terrain is also gone. You do have to take the recoil from the Rocky Helmet. Is that enough? Incineroar is fainted and out.
At least you traded just in time. Mungus in play it. Mungus is just good. There's a lot of Trick Room. It's strong in Trick Room. Ooh, this is kind of a tough on what you lock into now.
In this scenario, you're not going to be able to wide guard away the damage and one-hit KO threat from this discharge.
Love the way Lorenzo has
Calyrex.
You're completely opponent. The Electric Terrain's back on, but it's a little too late for little Araquanid there. It's going to take a nap as this Swiss round closes out.
The thing is like,
the Calyrex is paralyzed. You have the Miraidon in the
do you just discharge anyways? Because YOLO? No, that's bad. That's bad. Who is this into? Oh, maybe thinking the Cali might protect.
There's a Raging Bolt in the back for Lorenzo. Yes, these two Pokemon in the beginning now. You can deal with those. You can get through them.
Was that enough recoil to kill?
I think that's the real key thing here. Even though the Ice Rider will be going ahead and even dealing, you know what? The fact that it's single target right now may even mean that this is most likely going to be, let's say, around a 30-40% damage dealt onto the Araquanid if it did not get paralyzed, of course. But the main key point that you did mention, Lou, is this Raging Bolt. It's not paralyzed, it's an electric type right now. It has electric terrain. It is up against a water type. It is liking what it's looking at.
Yes, and I also quite like how Amoongus by default has got 2 KOs there with the Rocky Helmet. Araquanid just being able to hang on following that Volt switch, still going to be taking a nap, allowing this Calyrex, as long as it is able to move, it does get that Glacial Land, single target, cleans up the match, the set. Lorenzo is victorious over Roy Gomez.
I just think, like, the KOing your own Pokemon. Could have swapped in the Instant sooner.
What an amazing match there from Lorenzo.
Rip Araquanid. Rip Araquanid. All right. This is the opportunity. If anybody wants to get a snack, go to the washroom real quick, get some water. This is going to be your opportunity because I'm going to get some more water and go to the washroom real fast. So I'm going to insert ad because YouTube's yelling at me too, and I will be right back.
You just need to be able to choose if it is appropriate and optimal to be able to play into that, because we did say based off of the play style that Roy had, he really wanted to try to rely on that synergistic either switch outs or the wide guard, which was very well utilized and executed. It's just, unfortunately, the Raging Bolt had the quad resist, and being able to have that in the back whilst there's a Calyrex Ice Ride on the field directly threatening all of your Pokemon is insane.
I also have to credit the way Roy was really doubling down on that Miraidon, going for those discharges, and at the beginning it looked pretty nice.
It did.
You've got your wide guard going on there, but there was that turn where Lorenzo switched in the Amoongus and had gone for the protect on the Urshifu. And I think at that point it was like, I see the game you're playing and I'm reading you like a book, mate. I know exactly what's going down, and was able to just completely stop that Miraidon from doing what it wanted to do. Because yes, it was able to get damage on the board, but it wasn't quite getting KOs. and it was hurting its partner Pokemon way too much.
I mean, the Farigiraf did survive, but just barely.
Only just, and then it went down. Same with the Incineroar, able to hang on,
True.
and then went down. So there just was not a lot of longevity, and all this time as well, because of the Wicked Blow, I believe it was, the Miraidon was also getting its HP taken down. Yeah. So even when it came back in at the end, it just didn't have enough to be able to deal with a 3v1, or I think it was still a 2v2 at that point. Iraq, when it was sleeping, it was there, it wasn't doing anything.
It wasn't, no.
It was technically there.
It was.
There just wasn't enough that Miraidon could do.
And I think it's, like you mentioned, the fact that Lorenzo was able to expire the turns of electric terrain and position his board to the point where he can survive those incredibly powerful discharges and then force the switch out at the end point or mid to end game scenario of that game 2, to the point where you can at least force the Amoonguss pressure. So it's an ongoing conversation we've been having, Lou. I think we stressed it as well just before. Amoonguss, what is it doing in a format where there's electric terrain? That's what it's doing.
Yeah, true.
Doing well.
It's still just a formidable threat, because if you leave an Amoonguss unchecked and it puts your whole team to sleep, it's not about the Amoonguss anymore, it's about the partner Pokemon next to the Amoonguss that you have to deal with, and Amoonguss has completely enabled them to shine. So yes, sometimes the electric terrain gets in the way of the Spore, but if you're able to stall out those turns, no different to how you would stall out grassy terrain or Trick Room or even Tailwind turns, it's a skill that our players know how to do, then Amoonguss can still be in a position where it can shine and do what it wants to do.
Yeah, and we definitely saw that being showcased exceptionally well by Lorenzo in what was a really good showing, actually, of being able to find a way to deal with this Miraidon threat that's just risen up from nowhere ever since last week. So really nice way to be able to handle yourself, and yet another beautiful use case of why Calyrex Ice Rider is so strong.
It is incredibly strong, and of course both these trainers came into this with a 9-4 record, so I think the top 8 is looking a little bit out of reach. However, there are still lots of championship points for top 16 in Lorenzo's grasp.
Hi, hello.
Interesting to see
hello.
standings does shape up before we dive into our top 8. So as soon as we have access to that, we will bring it to you, of course, so you can figure out who you want
to get
whether it's the trainer,
into top 8. Also, I love Lou's blazer. Dang, that's clean. Oh, something I'd wear.
The crocodile is yours, Zoe. Again, I'm not surprised to see both forms of Calyrex here.
Get the Pikachu!
I did, you know, I just went after anything that had...
for day 2, the fact that we only have top 9, not even top 10, does show
25% Zamazenta in day 2.
We've already mentioned, you know,
3% Zacian.
earlier as well.
Hi.
I think Michael as well running it just shows Blood Moon and the Farigiraf. So
all right. Ooh, community choice. Which one do we think is picked? Oh, do they do top 8 or 1? Also, this is our top 8. Okay, this is a stacked top 8. This is good. I'm gonna guess that they'll do Nils and Michael, and then I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Some nice kind of maybe slow and steady choices at the bottom of that.
Really interesting.
I wish the bottom like showed me the preview.
That you don't
I don't have to guess.
See, Marco.
All right, was Marco.
You're going to be the Amoonguss and the
all right. Perfect. Look at this real fast. Standard Cali, Standard Moon, Standard Dark Urshi, with Sash, Ensign Knockoff Taunt with Barry, Terra Ghost, Golden Go, Standard Nasty Lefties, Raging Bolt Assault Vest Standard. All right. Perfect. Easy peasy. All right. Marco, Standard Rocky Moon, Standard Dark Urshi Sash, Standard Assault Raging Bolt, Lefties Goldie. Is this a 6-mon mirror? How many? What is with all?
It's going to be the exact how these healers in the heal back a lens.
Now, right? It's said you will be knocked.
Wait. Look at all the Eevees.
Loser in this. You mentioned
Aww.
got protectors against that Incineroar. try and stop. There's going to be Incineroar
All right.
and Calyrex coming out of the blocks with Incineroar and Urshifu on the field for Lorenzo.
Okay.
Ooh, a bit of a difference in lead matchups. Of course, both Incineroars coming off, and it looks like Marco's Incineroar is going to get the Intimidate off first. So possibly indicating it's either faster or this is a speed tie. And I don't think either player might want to make that risk just yet. But Urshifu is just really strong. But we might even see a bit of a fake out trade-off, which is what we've commonly see when a lot of fake out users are on the field. But Calyrex looking not quite happy facing off.
It's interesting about mirrors being this early on.
Of course, it can go for the terrestrialization to get out.
Interesting, like what teams that we're seeing mirrors of too.
Super effective.
Like I didn't expect to see Latios,
I think the Urshifu's
Zamazenta mirrors.
so much damage to either of the opposing Pokemon.
You know.
If it wants to go for something like that close combat,
Boop.
it can deal with the
All right,
opposing
Marcos
Incineroar,
went
but Incineroar
first.
Says, no, I'm not even going to contend with you. We're going to go for the fake
Lorenzo
out. Hey,
second.
Let's trade them into the two big heavy hitters. So a little bit of a stalemate here. Of course, there is the focus sash on the Urshifu though that has now been broken for free on Lorenzo's side.
For free?
Really
Sorry.
important piece of information for Marco is that he can now go for a really strong attack
For
into the Urshifu.
free?
It's also really interesting to note that his Incineroar fake out went off first, so indicating that maybe Marco's Incineroar is indeed trained faster.
Which Intimidate went first? Was it Marcos that went first?
Maybe
I missed the first turn.
Over multiple turns being able to go first, but at this stage I don't think it's a guarantee that the Incineroar is the first, so we have to see whether or not this Calyrex is going to Terra out of that weakness to the dark.
Let's have a look, though. It is going to be the Calyrex Ice
Yep.
Rider turning into the Water Terra type.
To the Calyrex Water Rider.
Respite against both the Urshifu and the Incineroar here. Doesn't have to worry.
Very dumb
about
joke.
taking this
I'm gonna be
close
so
combat.
obnoxious when I cast Reg G,
Able to do just
and I
over
am
a
not
third damage. Gonna be able to take
sorry.
another one of those as the Incineroar goes for parting shot. One thing to note, trainers.
Whoa, it's the Ultima Palabra. I get that right? Did I get that right?
So as the Calyrex, you don't have to worry
The last
about
word.
the Water Terra type here, really just to help you out against the Urshifu.
Notably, Marco
Water
did
Terra
go
is
at first
so
again.
helpful because without it, you would have been knocked out. And now Marco's Incineroar, having gone first
First
again,
two,
is
all
able to
right.
get a
Yeah, that was right. Let's go.
Going for the
I'm just gonna start making calls in different languages.
If the Incineroar then switches back in, he will be susceptible
I don't know. I
to
love the
damage.
different languages.
It
The
delays
Glacial
the
Lance did a
Urshifu.
nice little chunk into the
Good
Urshifu
chunk of
there.
damage from the Urshifu, but not quite enough to
I need to
knock
find
him out.
something else other to say good chunk of damage, because I say that and then I hear Caster say it. I'm like, oh no, the Caster Hive Mind. I need to find different words.
And get the KO on that Urshifu, which would enable Chilling Neigh. I think due to the speed of that Urshifu, it's in a prime position. The question, however, is Marco's Urshifu. Is it going to be faster here? Because if so, it's able to get the KO on that Urshifu, meaning that the Calyrex on Marco's side is going to be sitting really pretty on the field. Incineroar, as we saw, the knockoff did barely anything. And
Yeah,
now
I'm
the
being
item has been knocked off, it's
curious
gonna do
about the
even less.
Urshifus.
Yes, indeed. And the Incineroar maybe might want to switch out at some
Oh,
point and switch
wow,
back in to reduce the
wow.
Calyrex. Or we can just try and knock out the Calyrex because this Calyrex is heavily weakened. But actually,
Out of there.
going to
Bring the
withdraw
Incin in, I'm assuming. A round of Intimidates. Yeah.
It is the Incineroar throwing down an Intimidate. Hey, we've seen this show before, but I think it's critical here to just make sure that if it is something...
That's my favorite stupid crutch line that I say. A round of Intimidates for the house. I don't know. It's a stupid line, but I think it's funny.
Oh, what
All
a
right.
KO for Marco. Now that Urshifu, one of the strongest
Boop.
threats on
Later.
Lorenzo's side, and also a huge threat.
Now you have
against
fake out
the
pressure going into the next
Calyrex.
turn with the swap out coming out from Lorenzo.
Incineroar,
Not the berry.
which will prevent from getting any recovery, but just doing a little bit.
Or you wouldn't be able to
and
eat that with the
Lorenzo
Calyrex
now
around
down
anyways.
to his, final three, losing one, but allowing that free switch into the
If you get the
Calyrex.
opportunity at this point, though, to knock off the Clam from the Cali, that could be super nice going on forward.
Intimidate here, but you do still have to worry about now having that knockoff and the Wicked Blow given back to you in retaliation. I think it's wise to go for the Terra Water here, just because you have to protect yourself from that Urshifu. It's got Unseen Fist, so even if you wanted to try and protect, it's going to be able to come through with that Wicked Blow or Coast Combat.
Yeah, this is going to be a really close turn. Calyrex, I think, there's not much stopping Marco from going for that fake out and a double up into the Calyrex. If it protects...
Every time we hear doing a good chunk of damage from the casters or from me, we all gotta spam it.
Maybe Lorenzo might want to switch it out, but I think Calyrex...
Because I am so guilty of that as well.
Making sure
And next time I cast, I want y'all to call me out for that too.
Super effective dark kite move coming out, and Golden Go now going to come in. What we were talking about earlier, here we go.
Because I know I'm so bad for it.
Is Lorenzo Zamazenta going to make the Calyrex shine, or is it going to be about getting that golden go?
Calyrex!
Apply a lot of pressure defensively.
Calyrex Water Rider!
Go for this water terror type, and I love the fact that Incineroar is waiting in the back to intimidate later on against the three physical attackers on Marco's side. But for now,
Fake out.
Fake out's just going to come down into Calyrex, little bit of chip damage, slow it down in its pace.
Wicked Blow.
The Wicked Blow comes through, as you can see, Calyrex going to be able to take another one.
Not even going to be able to see a 2-hit for that.
Now that the Terra has been used,
A lot of damage. She said, no, there needs to be better, like,
from this Urshifu, which is going to outspeed this
a little sprinkling of damage here. Torrential downpour of damage. I don't know, like, there needs to be, like, you, like, spice it up a little bit, right?
Target Pokemon, so it has to choose one target. If it targets the Golden Go, yes, it might be able to knock it out. But if it chooses the Calyrex, Calyrex can survive another turn, unless, of course, there's a double up from the Incineroar. And the Incineroar, actually, from the double up, it might be enough to knock out this Calyrex.
I wonder if the Golden Go is even going to stay on the field, because I think it's going to be a pretty piece of shiny bait, allowing the Incineroar to come back in, because it's going to be able to take a Wicked Blow
later
much better than the Golden Go would have. And here is
Rizzo's Pokemon Stadium. As long as I say it's super cheesy. It's a revolving door of Pokemon!
Then that's going to be weakened. Obviously, Wicked Blow will critical hit anyway, but it actually goes into the Calyrex. Not enough to get the knockout, but is that a double up? Yes, it is. Oh,
It's a knockout!
Calyrex is down.
Knock off? More like knock out. Ding, ding, ding! Later, Calyrex!
Focusing down on the Calyrex, which was the bigger threat, and utilizing the Incineroar and the fact that...
How would that sort of casting be on a scale of 1 to 10? Fun or obnoxious?
Is forced out. It is, of course, weak to this Urshifu, and it's also getting outsped, so there's nothing really...
The which one? The good chunk of damage?
It does have to watch out for...
I will never say revolving door of Pokemon non-ironically again. That one's a bad one. That one, I can't, like, oh, that is my, that crutch pains me. I have been guilty of it.
Now reassess how it's going to play out this game. Instead, just going on the offensive, making it rain, but defensive plays by Marco being utilized so well. Incineroar not going to worry about the make it rain at all.
Oh.
And now for its troubles, the special attack will be dropped off that Golden Go, and there's no utility to be able to switch out.
Boop.
The knockoff comes through as well.
Yeah, you're kind of, you're kind of cooked either way.
And not give it any more flexibility on the field.
No, this Golden Go's time...
Marco's just been winning all of them.
So recognizing that is going to forfeit this battle and go back to the drawing
I mean,
board and try
honestly,
and
like, I'm assuming a lot of
it's gonna
things
play
might
out
be,
this game.
considering the
We didn't actually see Marco's
perfect
final
mirror.
Pokemon. I think he's switched out.
But then again, I thought that earlier when we saw the Zamazenta mirror, and ended up not being the case, right? So...
Yeah, we don't know what Marco had hidden in the back, but I think he got a really nice lead matchup. And then in that one turn where he was able to get the Incineroar and the Urshifu onto the field, and then he applied so much pressure because he couldn't protect in front of this fake out incoming Wicked Blow and was forced to go for that Terror to survive it.
Guys, if I play on stream, what plushie should I bring? Do you think they would let me put a giant Piplup? Almost like in a VGC. I'm gonna be somewhat professional behind the camera. A little bit. Not looking to get fired. I think it was funny though, because I used to just like comment on like my own VGC videos before I ever casted, and it was super casual. And then Pokemon picked me up, and I was like so terrified to say anything or have any fun. And then I'm like, oh, they picked me up to have fun, so like now we're gonna have fun again. But I'm still like kind of professional-ish.
He was in that position where he was
Building a deck. Let's see the VGC. What deck are you building?
Golden Go is not going to be able to do very
You're
much
right.
with this,
It should be
Incineroar,
6
so I
Slither...
wonder if
Yo, what if I buy
Incineroar is
like
even going
3
to
Slitherwing
be able
plushes
to do that
and I have them in a little pyramid?
Looking at the Pokemon choices that were there, if we assume that maybe Marco was also bringing the Golden Go in the
I think it's actually, I think it's perfect, honestly. I do genuinely want more than one Slitherwing. I don't want to buy more than one Slitherwing, but I'm going to figure out a way to get more than one Slitherwing, frankly. Yeah, open team sheet best of 3. Always open team sheet for regionals and like so on and so forth. Turtwig? I do have a Turtwig plushie, funny enough.
It's going to be Incineroar and Calyrex against another Incineroar.
We got the horsies.
Complete mirror match, and we're going to see, it looks like Lorenzo's Calyrex.
Oh, he like mad changed the music.
To be the first one to trigger its ability, so maybe that's the faster Calyrex. But it also looks like Marco's Incineroar once again is able to get that Intimidate off first. So I actually think, based on all the information that we've had so far, unless that Marco's Incineroar has won 5 speed ties in a row, I think it's safe to
What happened? And then what's up? And as well, what's up? We're doing Cali XPS. Yeah, we had the Zamazenta full mirror earlier. Now we got the full Cali. Need for speed. How much horsepower do this Calyrex have? Oh. I'm curious how they'll do the Iron Moth plush. I don't even have a Volcarona or a Larvesta plush. I need to get those. I'm so excited to get the Slitherwing plush, though. I want it now. Like, they actually look like pretty big. Like,
it's going to be the Calyrex. I think that's Calyrex on Lorenzo's side.
Calyrex Fountain Rider.
Water type, so not wanting to take super effective damage from any dark type moves from the Incineroar, but the Incineroar is just going to go for a fake out.
Ooh, only one.
And we're going to see a bit of a mirror from that previous game where the Incineroars just went for the fake out onto the partners.
The only difference here
Calyrex on Marco ends, flinch first.
He still has that ticket to use and has a bit
End up would be fun. No, you got to do the pyramid.
Into it now. I think, going for the Terrestrialization just in case there was something.
There's no friendship in this one. Horse on horse, like, violence, apparently. If you have the Calyrex, like, facing off.
That leaves also Lorenzo with a lot less room for flexibility in the future.
The time of friendship is over. The My Little Pony have grown up.
Out of that weakness. So Incineroar, actually, Lorenzo's Incineroar going for the party
Flush? I want one of the wolf flushes. I just haven't gotten it. One day.
This match is a roller coaster for sure.
I haven't bought flushies in a while.
Parting shot off into its counterpart and enabling Lorenzo to switch up the ball position, bringing in the Urshifu. I really like this. It applies a lot of offensive pressure to both the opposing sides, as well as not worrying too much.
Yeah, I kind of, instead of the parting shot, would have liked to see the knockoff. Being able to get the clear amulet, I think is fantastic. Yo! But yeah, now you can parting shot into Cali, and you can do your revolving door of Intimidate.
Is able to come in. Sorry, the what do I say? High horse here. The high horsepower missed the Urshifu. So
a high horsey
was able to come into the battle with the focus sash intact, which means he's going to need another 2 hits before getting knocked out of this game. And now this Calyrex
what drink you're getting from the Calyrex Fountain Rider machine? It'd be like a slushie, right? Something along those lines. Nah, because I guess it's like water. I don't know. Like a blue mountain. Is it like, no, it's blue Gatorade. That's blue Gatorade color. It's blue Gatorade. Post combat. Alright. Getting that out of there, super nice. But we're top 8 right now. Also, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, top 8, we're watching through. So we'll be watching right up. No spoilers.
I would expect it to survive, but I'm really curious. Is it going to maybe go for a trick room or just retaliate back with that Glacial Lance? And here we go. It is going to knock down the Urshifu.
Oh, Urshifu lives.
Focus sash. So, Urshifu is just surviving there due to its own bulk.
I mean, it has been broken at least. Right. And I guess with Glacial Lance, you don't have to rely on the accuracy there. You know that it's going to be able to connect through. And
the one that does annoy me, it's like keep itself safe. I'm guilty for it, but like because of like people, saying like keep yourself safe as like abbreviations for other things. So it's the only thing I could think of. That's not even really annoying. It's just like that's in my mind, right? So YouTube channel, I do. I've been pretty bad about uploading, but I uploaded a video today, which I'm really excited about. So after this, if anyone hasn't checked it out, that'd be super cool. But yeah, I'm going to be doing co-streams from here on out. I'm doing more VG content, so I'm pretty excited about it. Your freeze? Ooh. That'll be just like a blue raspberry slushy. That's like now melted. It went from ice type to water. It's kind of melted. And it's a dark blue Gatorade. I'm not saying that's the better one. I'm just like, if you're looking at the color from the Calyrex, like that's definitely it. Alright, protect. I was cracking up. Zoe yesterday asked when like Calyrex used like draining kiss, if it was the Calyrex or the horse that did the kissing. Totally caught me off guard. The funniest question I've heard. That's still cracking me up. Like, who does the smooching? I love that. It's me. Everybody has their own little filler comments, right? So like sometimes I'll get annoyed by like hearing the same one over, but I am also very guilty of the same thing. So I don't really get annoyed more than this is a mild surface, like recognizing that it's a crutch and then being annoyed on their behalf that there is this crutch, because it's really, really hard to stop with a crutch. I don't really get annoyed beyond that, but I recognize how it is, right? Hey, chill, Lance. Yeet. Nope. They saw it. He's Calyrex. I can't say Calyrexes. I did say Calyrexes on broadcast once and I got in trouble.
Now the Urshifu has come in. It is going to heavily threaten the Calyrex. I believe
Urshifu's Undergold is so funny. Like the follow-up does the smoochie. I will never get over that.
With a close combat. So Urshifu
so good.
is very free to just start clicking attacks and, you know, knock out one of its opponents. Of course, the Urshifu itself
gotta fall for it. I definitely think some of the phrasing. It's like it's how like literal you want to be on it.
If it does not target the correct Pokemon.
You're right, though. Urshifu has its pick of the litter here with who it wants to target down. The question is, though, what if there is a cheeky Golden in the back that could come through? Instead, it's actually going to be the
When I get in trouble, Pokemon names aren't plural. I think the exact response was Pokemon names aren't plural, Sierra. It's brand. It's brand stuff. So it's understandable I got in trouble. I just still think it's the funniest thing. Knock off. Boop. Oh! For all these Pokemon that are supposed to be doing damage, like, alright, are we finally going to see some damage? Finally. Finally.
So this Calyrex is going to be very, very chilling indeed with that chilling neigh ability.
This is honestly
with that neigh.
Wouldn't come to this because Calyrex Ice Rider can just do that. Not only get the KO, but then, as you mentioned, Zoe, get that chilling neigh boost. It has lost its clear amulet, so you do, at least if you're Lorenzo, have the capability to bring Incineroar in later on if you switch it out and intimidate it and try and negate that boost. But you're going to have to move the puzzle.
Everything is like so low.
Look at all these heavily chipped Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's a matter of
so low.
Each Urshifu is going to be felled by a sucker punch from the other, and the Incineroar on Lorenzo's side is faster than Calyrex, and we see, you know, Marco switching out that Calyrex, not wanting to risk it getting knocked out, and the Incineroar now able to
I guess this is berry
because Calyrex, of course, has the other ability, Unnerve, preventing the opposing Pokemon from eating it. Now we have
Friatonante.
But Urshifu keeping itself.
Yeah, all Pokemon, the plural is just the same as the name. It's not Raging Bolts, it's Raging Bolt. On Incineroars, Incineroar.
On the field, let's say, for Marco. The key thing if you're Lorenzo,
Urshify.
how am I going to get through this Raging Bolt? And I think that's why keeping Calyrex in the back is
I like that one, honestly.
here. You've lowered the special attack of that Raging Bolt. That might allow the slow and bulky Calyrex to be able to hang on. If it wasn't water terrestrialization, that's a problem. That's a really big problem, Zoe.
Yes, this water terrestrialized Calyrex
Something sticky on my floor, or is the bottom of my pool that is?
Moves. Of course, its partner Urshifu might be able to help out with a sucker punch.
I spilled something on the floor.
Urshifu on Marco's side to worry about, and Urshifu on Lorenzo's side can only target one Pokemon. If it does,
Golden goes. Sometimes that's just how a Golden goes.
But no, that's a question of can it win the speed
Oh, I am
type?
so
Because
stupid.
This Calyrex, maybe you might want to wait until the partner Incineroar comes in, but the Wicked Blow is going to be coming off onto Lorenzo's side. So the Urshifu is going to get knocked out and forcing Lorenzo to bring out his Incineroar.
Volt switch. There for your Tonante. Later. Alright, yeah, that's GG's. Go Marco Silva.
rejoin the field, but it's going to have a tall order to face against the Urshifu, Raging Bolt, and Calyrex.
Oh yeah, no, this Incineroar is cooked.
Yes, it's a very tall order for this Incineroar now. It's got three Pokemon to go through.
It's a tall order for Incineroar. Incineroar's only 5'2".
It has to worry about
Tragic. This is the first top 8. I don't know if they're doing 2 top 8 or 1 top 8. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, this is our first top 8. Normally we've been doing 2 top 8, but it really just depends on like the timing of the event. So
technically switch out, reset that Intimidate, come back in and go for close combat, and just completely remove the Incineroar from the field. Marco has all the tools to be able to clean up this.
I have sent my mother a happy Mother's Day. Yeah, good reminder for those out there. I actually don't know how tall Incineroar is. I just kind of guessed. Let's Google this. How tall is Incineroar? Incineroar's 5'11"?
Going for a cheeky taunt just to show you what I can do, and just kind of maybe throw a little sand in the way of that Raging Bolt as Calyrex gets the Glacial.
Apparently, Incineroar is 5'11".
Enough to be able to get the KO, but it really is a matter of time.
Yes, Lorenzo recognizing that is going to forfeit. Very well played from both opponents, and congratulations
all right.
to Marco.
GG, Marco.
Marco Silva
still not fucked. Oh my god, that's the answer. Still not 6 foot. Good job, Marco. The amount of time on here that's left, 3 hours. We might have a second top 8. Probably put 6 feet on his profile though. Oh, Incineroar 100%. 100%.
Now coming into a new meta.
No, his tandem mouse is sideways.
Supportive role to this team. The follow me.
All right, Miraidon, Wims, Ogerpon, Water Ogerpon, Iron Hands, Ursaluna for Grigorath.
Really notable because at
all right.
least able to have another ulterior mode here. Maybe having the Ursaluna,
Volt Switch, Assault Vest, Iron Hands. We're back to Assault Vest. Okay.
We've mentioned it's the Ogerpon has so much flexibility. It can immediately go on the offensive with that Water Terror boost, Ivy Cudgel, in order to sort of get rid of any.
Yo, is that a superior? No. Is that a superior tattoo on their arm? That watercolor, like the colors of that, that looks stunning. It's hard to get like a full image, but like I love watercolor tattoos. They look so cool. No, that 100% is superior, right?
And the Iron Hands does give you a lot of flexibility. Iron Hands in particular, if it's able to get on the field, go for these
really trying to see
something like the Moltres, like the Chi and Power, even the Zamazenta.
You got the Ampharos and the Kyogre. On point.
You're getting that recovery.
Exactly, and
Michael doesn't have any plushies.
Multiple times today, there is the Zamazenta, which honestly has been
the
main
their plushie tattoo on point.
Of this event at the moment. Mishael being able to rock it with that grass terror.
But you said the tattoo's Flygon?
Seems to actually be
very
well optimized.
So yeah, this is the choice band no fake out Rilla with the no Iron Defense Zamazenta with Moltres Latios. I still do not understand this team. But kudos for getting this far in the tournament with it, because
signature type moves on the other side of the field to the blood.
All right, is this top 8 or top 4? Hey, it's
that poses a lot of problems there for Matt. The Miraidon, last time
10 Flygons out of 10. Flygon's your favorite, I have to assume. I mean, you are Flygon King, so you know.
Opponent in. That's the sort of team order to message. Yes, it leads so crucial.
All right.
Get ready to make some noise. We
Woo! All right, so we did only do one top 8. This is top 4. All right.
And because of the speed interactions, grassy terrain reigns supreme.
Yes, this
20, right?
Really, really nicely.
I was pretty sure that was their real name, but I wasn't like 1000% confident. I want to say it and then embarrass myself.
Overriding this allows the Rillaboom to deal even more damage with
No. Michael could really, like, literally show up with the Ranbats team and whip everybody's booties. I'm convinced.
You also have that sort of ruin ability on the field. That's going to boost up the damage.
I'm
you can do.
convinced.
And also, Chi-Pow with that focus slash has a little wiggle room. It can always go for a very powerful Isocore crash.
This makes sense on why its stream ended faster than I thought. If we're missing around.
Yeah, and I think we've also
One
seen
Garchomp out of 10. Is Garchomp just the big fraud mon for ya?
Boosted with the specs does actually threaten a KO potential, or definitely actually on that Rillaboom. The fact that it doesn't have Assault Vest and it is choice banded.
Exactly, it's going to be very vulnerable to the helping hand Draco Media, as you mentioned, Costa, and it looks like Miraidon just double checking. It's dropping his Dragon type and doesn't have to worry about any ice coming its way. It's in prime position to be able to get damage on the board.
Oh, is this just going to be Electro Drift into the Rilla?
A bit of a boost to get the knockout and
Or like Volt Switch Rilla?
Icicle Crash comes through first of all, as you can see. Miraidon able to hang on.
Oh, Draco.
Connect, it doesn't get flinch and it does not miss, and the Rillaboom one hit KO'd out.
Later.
All of a sudden, really amping up the hyper-aggressive approach we've been saying that Matt.
If you win the push game, you gotta have better push.
And we can talk about the damage all we like, but the superstar there.
When's he instantly wins? Because Michael didn't bring any.
Priority coming through. Grassy Glide, Sucker Punch.
But you just simply have to have better push than your opponent.
Always going to be put into question. Yes, Chi-Pow's able to move first, but Miraidon can retaliate with that one hit.
No flinch, which was good for Matt.
Now we've got the Zamazenta on the field. Dauntless Shield activator's got the defense boost, which it kind of needs when.
No, that's a it's a choice band Rilla for Michael. It's not Assault Vest, instead it's choice band with no fake out. Michael their best? Yeah. Yeah.
Because we could have easily have seen a Volt switch there if Matt was expecting any sort of hard switch to be
First time here. Also, welcome in. Welcome in, Mike.
Like we've mentioned, right now, this
New to doing the co-streams, but when I can, I want to do these from here on out. We'll be doing, I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing watch parties live all 3 days of NAIC. I think I'm going to cancel my trip to NAIC. So, and I'm going to try and do giveaways, have extra content recorded for like the vamping sections. We're going to make a spectacle out of it. Oh, the double up. Ooh, not enough. Break the sash.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it's going to be able to resist it, but the lovely thing of seeing foul play now being...
I feel like for co-streaming, having too many people is like, makes things difficult because we're already listening to both the casters and talking over them. I see Nidu there. Well, I would be playing if I went, but I think that like I would enjoy co-streaming and like making content more. But he's Rambit's Wonder. Oh, no. This is World's runner-up. Like, no, Michael's really good. What round is this? This is our first top 4. Yo, brand new. First off, welcome in. Welcome in. Started from scratch. If you're starting to start from scratch, I'd just pick up a rental and hit the ranked ladder battles. Watching videos and seeing what others do really help. I'm just starting to upload again, so I uploaded a video earlier that has the winning rental team from Indianapolis Regionals last week. Cybertron's also amazing to watch with a bunch of like teams and just like talking through his turns. Oh, lives on 4. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in. Comp, like Pokemon is awesome. So, good choice. I'm still like a rental Randy. I love rentals. I'm dog water at team building. I love rental teams. That is true. That is true. I'm still cracking up at like someone who is new tuning in, seeing Slitherwing on my predictions, and then not, oh, miss. All right. And then wondering why like it was never addressed. Get out. All right.
tailwind allows Miraidon so much.
Didn't realize it existed. I'm glad that you're loving it. I think, like, in that break before Worlds, I think I'll be uploading... I think I'm going to try to upload more videos on how to get more involved in VGC, so people after Worlds can have all of that content to go back onto if they want to try and get ready to be playing for the upcoming season. That would be after NAIC, so that's going to be like a month and a bit away. But it'll be in the break between NAIC and Worlds. Rental team in a regional? Unfortunately not. You do need to have a in-game team for that. So.
And at this point, you just need to be able to guarantee that the Miraidon...
Joe X9 is great for like explaining competitive stuff too in his videos. Doesn't do as much playing ones, if I remember, but more so explaining like what's good and not.
Any potential protects coming out from Michael's side, are there going to be reads?
Honestly, being new to VGC, I miss that. I got taken out of that phase way too early on. I loved being new. Like, everything's just new and exciting and fun. Alright, finally getting that one to connect. Later, Miraidon. Miraidon off into the sunset. Yeah, no rentals for tours.
Now, this is quite crucial because Michael does still have a lot of gas in the tank, especially with his Zamazenta being so healthy.
What language is that Chien Pao? Pao Jian. Are you rewatching? Yeah. The matches were done before like 11 a.m. my time, so we're going back and rewatching all the matches.
This is really nice. We get to see Michelle's fourth and final Pokemon as well join the fray, and
it is German? Why does that like not seem German? Encore into the swap, that's fine. Are they going to go to a regional? You have friends that know how to build teams. I normally use teams that others build for me. And then, like, I'll make them in-game, but, like, they'll help me out picking up the team. And how to make sure the team is good. And yeah, you can copy rental one of that, like, sort of stuff, right? Thoughts on Worlds this year? Like, which thought? There's not too much about Worlds this year, unless you mean the format. Which I think the format might be pretty interesting for Worlds.
Thing is, if you go for the fake out, then the only kind of offensive pressure
which I think would be fine.
Be on that Whimsicott, and all it's really got here is a Moonblast. That's not going to be doing too much to the Zamazenta, and so
right.
it is talking down into that.
Yeah, Brian. I don't think Brian Hand's gonna be able to do it at this point.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. As a Sacred Sword,
bye, Whimsicott.
Connect 100% accurate. Critically, at this point, definitely does not matter. Whimsicott is out, and the Lonesome Iron Hand is on its own. Even though it's in electric terrain, which it quite fancies, it's not likely going to be able to do.
I don't think so. I think maybe at locals, rental should be allowed, but I don't think for a big event it really matters. I don't really think there's any reason rentals shouldn't be allowed. I think rentals should be fine. I don't know the logistics behind it on the back end. But realistically, if you're willing to do the travel and the money to go to an event, the team is the easiest part of it. You can get a team in-game in less than an hour if you have the Pokemon. And if you're like a part of a community or can borrow Pokemon and whatnot, like you're also good.
Really trying to put on the pressure initially at the early game.
Japanese. Oh, that would make sense, Andy, and why I didn't seem German. I don't know why I called you Andy instead of Loving. My bad. I'm seeing people's first part of their names.
Sort of reading out what Matt's approach is going to be, being able to lock out that Miraidon at least.
For rentals work. So when you open the game, I don't have my Switch on me. When you open the game and you connect to internet, near the bottom, I think it's the second last from the bottom, it's Battle Stadium. You click that, and there's like a couple of options, and then there's like borrowing, like renting teams and stuff, and you click that, and then borrow a rental. And then rentals will have 6 characters that you input to that, and then it'll give you that team to use on the ranked battle ladder.
Then is kind of pinned in, particularly with the choice specs, it cannot change its moves. It has to go for Draco Media, so it's going to be doing less.
Well, and get a new Winston.
Keep using that move. That forces you to switch out, which provides the perfect opportunity for your.
There's Littens in the new generation. Like, I was trying to get a shiny marked Litten. I have 5 shiny Littens just kicking in Scarlet and Violet. None of them marked, by the way, because the game hates me. But like, some Pokemon are just so easy to get at this point.
Just meant that there was really nothing that Matt could do to stop Michelle at that point.
Yeah.
Basically on Galen, you just gotta do barbecues with friends. Even if you join like the Oko podcast server, like people will do barbecue nights. I think 2 barbecue nights and I have like 20k BP.
Having that immediate speed control, and given that you've got this team composition, you can go either way. You've got
Stopping people from submitting a rental code they didn't make. I'm pretty sure you would get stopped at Hack Check at some point, because like rental is only like the first little bit, but they'll actually go and look at your game and look at your battle boxes and your Pokemon.
And if you're in that trick room environment, you might be able to control the pace of the game a little bit more. Farigiraf and Iron Hands coming through now. I've seen this combination before.
All right.
Fake out the annoying Pokemon, set up your trick room, and it doesn't matter if you actually lose one of the Pokemon in that turn necessarily, because it's the free switch to possibly that Blood Moon Ursaluna in the back.
Yeah, it's a good old classic of being able to guarantee that trick room. And
Ooh, Volt Switch instead.
The option of going for the Ghost Terror, but I don't see there being a reason to do so, as there's actually no fake out. Maybe a read upon another read. Body press, and Ice to Crash combination actually picks up the KO and
Oh no.
trick room option.
Iron Hands, what are you doing? You needed to help out your partner there. Yes, the switch is lovely. You can pivot and bring a Pokemon in from the back. But
I think it's just safer regardless to make sure that you have legitimate Pokemon. I also think we're very much so in an age of Pokemon that there's no reason to not.
Maridon can join and say, okay, plan B, put me in, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's
everything's
sort of the
pretty
idea that
easy to
Matt
get,
did
so.
have a really good approach to this, being able
Lou
to
is
be-
here. I love
wanna be
Lou.
able to have
Lou is my
a
wife.
wonderful-
I love Lou so
not
much.
sweep
She be my
on
soul
either
sister.
side of the
I'm so sad she lives so far away. I love her so much.
Trick room sweeper being, of course, the Ursaluna, the faster end once the trick room
Is that I work at age, she works at EU, so I don't even get to see. Oh my god, she's in chat here. Oh, I thought you meant she was casting.
is so crucial to his game.
I'm gonna cry. That's really embarrassing. I meant what I said, but like,
Any offensive pressure he needs to right back onto Michelle with that.
Well, listen to the
I
plan.
thought they just meant that we were listening to you.
Go for that fake out and help Maridon out. Maridon has the option, and I'm wondering if you do go with it. You could always try and go for some big spread damage, something like the discharge, because you've got an Iron Hand with an Assault Vest next to you. It's going to be able to take that hit and just get done.
Oh,
with the
man.
field. But Michelle playing it safe here, being like, right, fake out is probably coming out this time. And then
I am as right as a tomato.
Now there is the double protect. So I do get what Matt was trying to do in that previous turn.
I'm glad you enjoy Mike. Everyone works really hard.
I think if you're Michelle,
Everyone
you
works
can
really
set
hard.
the going up. But
And it's just getting better and better. It's awesome.
just being able to go
Also,
straight
Lou,
for
and I will say this one to her face, is like gold standard copy. She's so good. She's so good what she does.
Yeah, and that's sort of the big question right now. Being able
Everything's
to
easy to
come
get.
inside
Yeah, but there's so many other different viable
that
teams.
turn one and fall back to a more defensive
You know.
approach in turn
Also,
two.
technically, Ursa, like the
Goes
Ursa
straight.
is just
Michelle
time.
knows when to throttle the gas and the pedal, and has done
If
it
you have a, I
exceptionally
think it's
well.
like
Matt
level
wanted to try and
94
explore the
Arboliva
passive turn
with no
one,
speed
and so there's no
investment.
fake
There's a
out.
certain number you can hit, and if you outspeed the Ursa, you soft reset.
leaving the field, gonna be bringing
So.
Rillaboom into the fray, and I like this. You're bringing the grassy trade.
It'd
on,
be
so
good.
Gonna negate some of the pressure that the electric type attacks are gonna get from the electric.
But like, there's so many different viable teams that if you cannot get one of those ones, you do have another viable team you can get, right? So.
Does not get that additional boost, but a Pokemon will be getting a change of type as Maridon drops its dragon.
Are there more too? Fingers crossed. I hope next year.
And that's sort of the main
I hope
aspect
they don't
of
make
this
me have to
strategy
move to
you
EU
wanna
for
be
real
able
to have to work with you.
completely capitalize off of, but we do have Michelle.
But yeah, things like the Ursa and the Cali, once you have it once, you have it like forever, right? Which is at least good. So it's definitely difficult when you're first starting to get into the game, but the longer you're kind of around, you'll have these Pokemon. Make friends, or willing to lend you out. Like for NAIC, I was in absolutely no mind going to get myself the proper speed Calyrex. I was just gonna borrow one from a friend. I wasn't even gonna try.
Body
Body press.
Big damage on the board. Ice punch. Yeah, it goes into
Oh, that does so little.
control. The Rillaboom is in
I
such a position now
don't
with the
think
grassy
Brian
trades
Hands
on
is
the board.
it.
Guess what? Farigiraf is already back in its Pokeball. You can go for all the priority that you want. A Grassy Glide might even be able to do some good damage to this Maridon. You've got to remember
Non-max
it's a
IV
Pokemon that's
instant?
gonna hit hard.
No.
Oh, very, very hard. And I think at this point, maybe Matt was
It doesn't
trying to
take,
lean on RNG to
that doesn't
insert
take too
a
long.
cheeky little freeze if you can to slow down this overwhelming
Like,
momentum that Michelle
like the
has
breeding can be a little bit
available
annoying
inside
at
the field,
points, but like it
because
gets
even though
like
Maridon is very
easier.
fast and very offensive in terms of damage output,
To go for sure, 100%. 100%.
all times. Ursaluna seems to be that immediate adaptation as it's going to be taking a grassroots.
Ooh, that's so much damage.
Able to hang on. The heavy slam follow-up, however, will be able to get the knockout.
Get them for what? Fair. That's where we got rentals coming back. All right. I'm definitely sold on making videos to help people get into like the team building and get like into VGC more after NAIC. So.
Rejoin the field, but at least now it has that fake out potential. You know that the opposing Rillaboom is choice banned. You can go for the fake out. It cannot protect.
But this may be a situation where, at least with the current trend of playstyle Michelle has been deployed,
right.
Most likely going to be wanting to switch that Rillaboom.
This has been a little rough.
A rejigging of the terrain, bring the Grassy back onto the field and slow down.
Is this just a really bad matchup for Matt?
You're right, the grassy terrain wars and the electric terrain wars are really in fruition at the moment. Both these trainers trying to get the switch, but there is no more flexibility.
Yeah, I was kind of curious if it was still kind of needed at this point, like in the season. But yeah, after NISC before Worlds, like I definitely will.
Easily make an adaptation. There are 4 Pokemon on his side of the field, and there we see it. The Rillaboom leaving the field. When it comes back, there's that grassy terrain once again.
As we're actually going to see the
for team building, it really is. It really is. People are really active in there. Good place to like if you need help like getting stuff for teams, bouncing ideas for team building, barbecues, you know. The season, your viable like time to get championship points to qualify for Worlds ends at after NAIC. Technically then there's the World Championships, which will be like 2 months later, which is technically then the final end to the season.
You know that you're able to get that connecting, and that could just try and remove that Pokemon from the field before you need to do it with
Sucker Punch gone. No, Matt won the plushie game, but lost the real game. Can he go all the way? Here, let me grab a link. This is actually the this is the Discord for the podcast that me and other caster Joe Brown run.
Yeah, and at this point, I think we do really need to give credit to how well Michelle has been able to play this board state and have the advantage at every other turn around the corner. And there it is. Michelle's gonna
no silly questions. You're good.
Wrap this one up, be able to catapult his way straight through.
He got you a stand. Oh no. Honestly, the restricted usage, Zamazenta is at 75%. Which was crazy. I didn't get to see the non-restricted usage because this stream has not been loading up. Who's afraid of little old me? That's a Taylor Swift lyric. I see you, Lou. I see you. They hopped right into that other top 4. Best Pokemon? They're so kind. They're so kind. Alright, we've seen the team sheet, so I'm not going to be worried about it again. Alright, Cali Ice versus the Terrapagos. Cali Shadow falling off. Yeah, this stream is not loading well for me. Like yesterday I got to go look at all the other stuff, but this is like not good today, so.
A bit of pressure whilst being able to not take as much damage from the get-go.
There's a lot of pressure coming off from both sides of the team.
Discord for it? Yeah!
Getting access to a fake out against this choice specs Terrapagos.
All right.
So Terrapagos is going to be forced, if the Incineroar targets it with a fake out, is going to be forced to flinch.
Terra Crystal. I don't know why that's funny. I didn't even notice that, so.
Maybe switch it out, but of course, there's the Flutter Mane on the other side. Ghost typing, making it immune to fake outs, and allowing it quite free to get an attack off. And Raging Bolt, in its natural electric dragon form, is not going to appreciate any sort of fairy type moves coming off in its way. So this is something that Marco is going to consider, and maybe is he going to want to maybe go for a Terra to keep it safe?
And the thing is, you can't necessarily safely terrestrialize.
I hate the pause when an ability comes up. Because I'm like, how is this fake out about to miss? But no, it's the animation popping off.
Following up into the Incineroar will will deal some respectable amounts of damage as we have.
All right,
the
Volt switch
This
out.
is such a great utility
Perfect.
move on the Raging Bolt, especially the Assault Vest variant. As it
Have a
allows you
good
to be able to
night.
absorb a lot of incoming
And good
damage
luck.
and get that safe pivot going.
Set it for the
G2
stream.
is
Let's
likely
get the behind the
definitely
scenes there.
and the
Behind the
Floodmane being
scenes.
slower than them.
A fantastic call from Marco here. You know, not going for the Terra on his Raging Bolt, just keeping it safe for one turn and calling the fact that the Floodmane is not going to target him because this Raging Bolt, of course, does carry the Assault Vest. So
Bringing either in, you still get chunked.
It's not going to appreciate taking super effective damage anyway.
Because I'm assuming this was booster speed flutter. So the Urshifu feels kind of bad bringing in anyways. The Calyrex will still take a decent amount of
We can
damage.
see Marco thinking quite hard about which Pokemon is going to be the optimal one to bring in this match. And
Since you did Volt switch the Flutter with no Terra, I think you would pick that up with a Sucker. But you also don't want it to protect past the Sucker or to swap, and then you get your Sash broken by the Terrapagos.
The question is, are you going to be able to try to force or
Hey, the last 2 weeks it was Geb. Last 2 weeks it was Geb.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I think the Floodmane in its Ghost Fairy form will take neutral damage from a Dark type Sucker Punch, and the Urshifu might even be able to knock out that Floodmane. So, you know, encouraging a Floodmane maybe wanting to Terrassa, but
Hey, I'm glad.
Scout out what Joji is
Also,
going to do.
protect. It was Icy Wind. Alright. Get the speed, get the Sash, get the Terra Cluster. That's alright. Could have Wicked Blowed into the
Oh my goodness, what a KO. Now Marco
yeah,
has
that's a
lost
tough
Incineroar,
one.
Which is a key piece to his team. There's no more fake out and no more intimidate pressure for Marco. And he's going to be forced to bring in the next Pokemon. But we now see how strong this Choice Specs Terrapagos is, being able to spam the Terra Starstorm. Even in his normal Terrestrial form, it's just able to deal out so much damage.
Yeah, and that's sort of the name of the game when it comes to that archetype. However, talking about damage, guess what? We've got Calyrex Ice Rider on the field, so it wants to be able to go ahead and exercise its
Terrapagos is
own
so
strategy
annoying.
and influence on the field. It does have the options of going for the Trick Room or
Oh,
even
are we going for the Sucker Punch?
Yeah, indeed. And, you know, Trick Room is a really great option here because the Urshifu is at the moment faster than the Terrapagos. But if the Floodmane goes for that Icy Wind, it will lower its speed, and then the Trick
Is this
Room
Sucker Punch?
Calyrex will make sure that the Pokemon on Marco's side is going to be faster. Of course, Joji can also read into that and just simply go for the attack because both the Calyrex
To make
and the
sure
Urshifu are heavily threatened by this Floodmane, and
that you're
only
good?
one of them can go for the Terra. And if
We've
one of them
just
does,
started Fallen. We've just started.
Terrapagos is going to hit them really
So this is the
hard.
first regional weekends. With other ones down the line, like NAIC will be live watch partying, but this was way too early for me to get up, so it's after the fact. Alright, that has to be... Is this going to be... Okay, no, this is going to be the... Okay. Yeah, you have to get this KO with the Sucker Punch so that this isn't going to be... Like, you don't get your Sash broken. Yeah. You're good, you're good. But at least with the Terra Cluster, it's like, it's just going to bring it down to Sash, right? And you can Sucker, like, turn. Or even just Wicked Blow. Alright. At this event? Oh, I wasn't at this one. This is a little far for me. I was at Indy.
Oh, that is a really big turn. And now this Terrapagos, because it's...
This Terra Starstruck. No, I love Terra Cluster's so funny.
I think Chi-Yu naturally is faster than the Urshifu.
I think it's so funny.
Oh,
shout out where it's all. Hey yo. Nah. Pop off.
getting rid of that focus.
Pop off, get those wins.
Knock out the Chi-Yu. Terrapagos, of course, is quite heavily threatened by
Yeah, I was at Indy.
I think
I was at Indy.
Joji bringing that Chi-Yu indicates that he knows the Chi-Yu is going to be faster.
Yeah, and that's sort of the dynamics in terms of the speed benchmarks. You really need to try to
detect
out into
individual.
what can lead
Detect, yeah.
down towards victory in order for
So
you
we're
to
not
be able to
discussing it in
progress
chat.
into
I technically know I did see it on Twitter, but I haven't said anything in chat because I don't know how much everyone else knows. So kind of like doing a not spoiling things. That's a nice little chunk. Oh, crit. Okay.
Oh my goodness, Chi-Yu, how's it taking so much damage from a dark type movement? That was a critical hit and a really great turn because I think Marco recognizing that he doesn't.
I was like sucker doing that much, but yeah, no, okay.
Try and break that focus sash, of course. Now Urshifu is
Do as much damage as you can, yeah.
And Terrapagos now, its Terra Starstorm is going to go off into that protect with the.
That does put it in, like, with a crit, that puts it in range of a Thunderclap, right?
Down to his final two Pokemon, but Joji's
Did I say Chunk?
heavily.
Did I say it? Oh no.
Situation for Marco, however, because thanks to that, the critical hit as well with the Sucker Punch, it may have put the Chi-Yu.
You could probably do, yeah, if you do Thunderclap into the Chi-Yu, and the Lencia Glaciale into the, oh.
We've got Beads of Ruin on the field.
Ooh, good call, because I forgot that there was Beads of Ruin. It's so easy to forget sometimes, but, you know, the Terra Starstorm with the Beads of Ruin previously without...
But if you... it is Sash, so it could protect to still get the Beads of Ruin into the Cali. It's whether you call the protected in case that there is, like... Oh, Electro Web. Okay. Okay, so it is the protect. So going here for the Electro Web is nice. Oh, I didn't realize it was a double protect. Oh, the Terra Cluster.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. And it picks up another critical hit onto the Ranger Ball as well.
Dang. I thought she was about to say a massacre.
And now this Raging Ball with the critical hit, of course, but you know it wasn't really going to do much anyway. And it is now.
I don't really like to talk about the worst plays, because like I don't like. Maybe I'll say things are questionable, and nobody ever plays perfect on like broadcast. Do not get me wrong. But, like, I very much so see the broadcast as, like, a celebration of the players. So, I don't want to be, like, unwilling to call out something bad, but, like, I don't want to put it into, like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, you know? I did see the worst, like, a really bad play in my, in the YouTube video that I uploaded in the very final game, which was really funny. Terragrass Sludge Wave, that one was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. That one I don't feel bad talking about because like the guy like did talk about it too, right? So
against this team that Joji's bringing, which is so hyper offensive, and I think you know that Chi-Yu paired up against the
Chi-Yu just like popped off that game.
So critical in getting off that extra damage, and Calyrex
I forgot my sparkling water.
Survive and got knocked down, and I think that is something that Marco will have to prioritize into the next game and try to make sure that his opponent doesn't have the same pieces.
Yeah. So this is a question I've got for you, Zoe. How do you find a way to be able to dissipate all of this offensive pressure that Joji is bringing on the board? Do you maybe try to opt to go straight for perhaps a Trick Room? Because
it's kind of tough on this one, yeah, because like Suiga has so much of the speed on his end.
Yeah,
it's just getting in a position you can get that Trick Room up.
From Chi-Yu's both its fire and dark typing, so maybe you could think of leading something like a Calyrex Ice and the Incineroar, so that with the fake out pressure, there is that guaranteed, you know, turn where he can flinch the Chi-Yu.
I don't think on that.
Trick Room up because you know the Terrapagos is not going to be able to knock out the Calyrex without that Terra. But of course, there is that Thunderous on the other side, and I'm just gonna have a quick check if it has protect.
Trying to like think while this music is going on in my ear is not making me productive at all. I'm trying to rack my brain, and my brain's just like drums.
Tornadoes.
I have to think about that.
Maybe, you know, once Trick Room is set up, start scary facing his own Pokemon.
Yeah, sort of his own form of speed control if he's anticipating the
Like from this broadcast, the Miraidon discharge into self Pokemon I think was a little tough.
Lovely folks for us right now. Wow, Zoe, it looks like you called it.
The exact same leads from Joji, but Marco is
All
going to switch
right.
it up, so showing that he's wanting to prioritize
Bringing the horse out.
getting that Trick Room up, and this is a really nice lead for Marco because he has two incredibly slow Pokemon on the field against the Fluttermane, against the Terrapagos. Fluttermane is not going to be able to knock out either, or actually, if it goes for the Shadow Ball, maybe the Calyrex could take heavy damage, but of course, the Calyrex could just go for that Terastallization, and then the Incineroar could fake out the Terrapagos, which is forced to take that fake out if it stays in the battle. So this is a really, really interesting turn, and is Marco then just going to go for that really easy fake out plus Trick Room?
And I think at this point, there's no real reason why you shouldn't, because at least you can guarantee a Terra Shell break if we see the Terrapagos stay on the field and not even try to
Region music goes so hard. We don't have like the epic music like they do in NA. Like this is so good. MG, have a good rest of your day.
In case it needs to be brought under Trick Room conditions, but we do have the GU on
All
the
right.
field, and of course we will actually have this
Favorite announcer? Like my favorite caster?
Fluttermane's free to go for that Shadow Ball.
I don't want to pick like straight favorites. I will say like Lou is a big inspiration for me. Ooh, not enough for the knockout. But like honestly, we have a really awesome like Pokemon announcer team. Like they're all awesome, and I wish I got to work with everyone more. I don't get to work with my EU peeps as much.
Yeah, they very much well are, and at this point, it's sort of in a position where Georgia can...
No, Mike, not a super question. I didn't see it.
However,
So Trick Room, it's basically it just makes it so slow Pokemon go first. So if the slowest thing on the field is a Moongus normally, now in Trick Room it's the fastest. So it just reverts speed orders. Priority still works the same. Nothing gets speed dropped or anything. It's just if you're slow, you're now fast. If you're fast, you're now slow. Very all right. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was fun. Yeah, he was out at Indy. I got to host Indy, so I didn't get to cast with anyone because we had a fun team out. But I got to run all the silly games, and I got to run Family Feud, which was a lot of fun. So I had a good time.
There is a Terrapagos switch in because it has to lock itself into choice specs.
Wait, I didn't hear of that, Vog. What?
At this point, I would prefer that from
That's actually really funny.
rather than seeing another Glacial Lance, because then you're inviting the Terrapagos in with a potential other Pokemon, maybe even
Argo's thinking.
Amoonguss for
He's having a
redirecting, which
think.
Joji may have in the back in anticipation of the Trick Room mode.
Yeah, we don't know what the final Pokemon that Joji has right now. And Marco really taking his time to think about which Pokemon he is going to bring in next. And we see that his choice is going to be that Raging Bolt. That
The Furia Tonante.
is going to knock out either the Chiyu or the Glacial Lance is going to come off, knocking off the
Double K. Okay.
So this Calyrex Ice is going to get a +2 to its attack, and maybe it's going to start snowballing.
Okay. I had absolutely no tips for being a professor. I am not one. I don't know any ways to go about that. I am not the person to ask. I am sorry. I am sorry. I have nothing there.
It's HP, and the fact that right now you do have the Terrapagos being invited in.
The Terrapagos isn't a beast ball. I didn't even realize.
If it does want to safeguard against it. However, yes, it is going to be the Amoonguss, so it seems like Joji did try to take that into consideration with the potential Trick Room mode. Hence why perhaps Marco said, surely he would have brought the Amoonguss. I don't want to slow down my own momentum by going for Trick Room.
What a fantastic...
This is crazy, like how much momentum Marco's taken in this one. This is nuts.
Now Amoonguss is able to keep its teammate very, very safe. The Calyrex Ice is going to be knocked out by a Terra Starstorm from this...
Worlds is going to be in Honolulu, Hawaii in August.
Can't really touch the Terrapagos because it's only got Electro Web.
Oh yeah, no, not all the casters are professors.
Here we go. A Terra Starstorm
I actually only think a couple are. But I am not.
Without terrestrialization, so much damage dealt onto the Amoonguss thanks to the Draco Meteor in combination, of course, with the Glacial Lance will be.
That's actually really funny, Loving. Oh, this is +2. This is just, yeah, this is like, Marco cooked this second game. honestly.
Not something you commonly see at all in the current state. And
It's crazy.
Calyrex Ice taking 3 KOs in this game, and now it is just that.
Give it the fourth. Give it the fourth.
Up against all 4.
Oh.
Judgy now
Nope.
this game is Marco's is going to forfeit and just kind of regroup. And my goodness, what a fantastic adaptation from Marco, recognizing that, you know, I need to limit the damage.
That was crazy. Like, he just rolled that game too.
Slowing down the game a bit, and I think Judgy leaving that Calyrex Ice on the field just a little bit too long was to his detriment.
I think it was, and sort of seeing the interaction of Marco not going for the trick room is a bit of a reason why he's over that side of the screen and I'm over on this side of the screen. So very well played and considered by himself.
All right.
The true virtue of any champion. However, we do have this.
The one thing I can't do with watching this after the fact is ask y'all who you think is going to win. Because it's not live time, so people know. I use Premier Ball for everything. World's format is Reg G, yeah.
Trainers try to adapt to this. Do they adapt at all, or do they just try to rely on the same leads and maybe go down a different branch in terms of the timeline?
I think it's really, really close, and I think Marco's adjustments in Game 2 were really fantastic because the fake out pressure is so good, limiting the amount of damage that Judgy can do. And at the same time, though, Judgy, I think he brought the correct Pokemon. The Among Us just unfortunately happened to come in at a time.
Oh,
did not knock out the
Worlds next year is going to be double restricted. I have absolutely no doubts about it. I do not have any information about this, but like, it's always double restricted. Like, next Worlds, is gonna be like the last one probably of Scarlet and Violet, so it'll be double restricted. Like, I think it's actually gonna be double restricted with home connectivity to Legends ZA. We could even do double restricted after this World, and then Legends EA comes out in like January. Home connectivity, bring those in. That'll be Worlds format. Brings in Xerneas, Yveltal, all of those, the Tapus, all that stuff. What's behind the Raging Bull? It's the Chi-Yu. Okay. You can't even see the fish.
Really powerful special attacks, and it's going to be helped by that Chi-Yu, which heavily threatens the Calyrex Ice.
6 restricted? That sounds terrible. Absolutely not.
And talking about, because at the moment you either force the Calyrex or you definitely force the Calyrex.
Right, it'll depend on timing. I also don't do well in the heat, so I have to be very careful. I actually got really sick in Japan because of the heat. That was very bad. Like, probably should have gone to like a doctor or hospital or something. So like, that's all you can see of the thing. You only see the shadow.
Chi-Yu's fire-type moves, and you know it can assault best, so it's not going to care too much about. But Falco's coming up on this Raging Bolt, gonna do a good. Oh my goodness!
Oh, she about to say good chunk.
What a fantastic reaction.
Good chunk, good chunk. Ferriatonante is down. Ding, ding, ding. 2-hit KO.
Look at that damage that we actually saw in the previous game too. It looked like it was just on the border of guaranteeing a 2-hit KO.
I am not a fan of the caster cam pop-ups. If they caster cam pop up, I'm about to like throw my papers. It'll be so cringe. Whoa! The double up! I'm gonna be a GIF.
So there's fake out pressure, and the Calyrex can just start going for attacks, or maybe even set up a trick room.
Yeah, and now you do have the fake out pressure at least. So like you said, there is the option to try to go for the speed control, but the fact
I'm like throwing some plushies, you know?
In turn 1 is very detrimental because you're
I'm just gonna pop off.
What you can hard switch in or try to bring to influence the
I put on a hat just to throw it.
Conditions, and this is going to be a terrestrialization over on Judgy's side. The time is nigh against this horse of divine
Fisher.
And guess what?
Wait, that's a GIF? I've only seen the picture. That was used in an article after like NASE last year. You know what? The next event that there is the caster replays, I'm bringing a hat. I'm bringing a hat. Just for that.
Protect itself is going to be taking super effective, but of course the fake out is going
to All right, fake out. Dark Pulse again.
For one moment, Calyrex is
What about
surviving,
flinch?
and he's-
Oh, it did get the flinch! No, it didn't get the flinch. Never mind. Never mind. It was the Terrapagos that flinched because it was the fake out. I thought that was the Dark Pulse flinch into the Cali.
Resists the ice type moves, but it wasn't able to survive because Calyrex Ice has so much raw damage.
I don't think one for...
Raw is really
Not that I can remember. I do not have the memory for this Fallen, I'm not gonna lie.
Go for a knockoff onto this Terrapagos.
I'm not gonna lie.
To make sure that it doesn't do that much damage, and you know, I think it's quite evenly balanced right now. Even though Marco did have,
I'm
quite a
sure
devastating
it's
toe
probably
run,
happened
that
at
is
some
far
point,
from over, and
but not
both
that I can
Green Clays are
recall,
gonna take
right?
some time to think about their next moves.
Yeah, because I kind of understand Marco's plight in not going for the Trick Room because of the Amoonguss. That is such a huge threat and counter
Tech,
to the
okay.
conditions that we ever protect from the
All right.
Ice Rider.
I'm focusing up. This is game 3 in top 4.
And be able to repivot or get a parting shot onto
This that Raging Bull is
Terrapagos,
insanely
especially now that
huge.
the Beads of Ruin is no longer in effect.
Terra Starstorm coming off, raining down all these stars on the Incineroar. A 2-hit KO, so much damage. But Incineroar, of course, is going to eat its Citrus Berry, which means that it is out of danger of another KO from Terra Starstorm. And it's going
Parting
to
shot.
activate
All
really
right.
parting shot, so giving a free switch into a teammate. Of
All
course, I
right.
think the Terrapagos,
Get out of
even with the
there.
-1,
Get to
is
see the
probably going
4th
to
and
do
final
quite a bit of damage
Pokemon.
to this Calyrex Ice. So, you know, the Calyrex Ice
The
Rider is
Urshifu.
not out of the woods just yet. But of course, Urshifu now coming back is going
Marco's
to
taking a second to
threaten that
think. He does
Terrapagos.
not look
But there is an Amoonguss
impressed.
on the field.
There really is, and at this point, it's such a great partner Pokemon next to a main sweeper, especially one that can double target both of your opponents' Pokemon. And in this situation, Calyrex is definitely within range, even at -1 of special attack, of a super effective Terra Starstorm. So
That's the one thing that's rough about the Terra.
to make another adaptation, and he's starting to really run low in terms of resource availability with so much damage being incurred onto his Pokemon.
Yes, Marco making a lot of really defensive switches here because his Pokemon are just so heavily threatened.
It's tough because if there is just going to be the Rage Powder here, then you can't be hitting into this turtle.
And Incineroar cannot get knocked out by Terra Starstorm.
Yeah.
Here we go. Rage Powder from the Amoonguss, drawing away all attacks for its partner.
And what sucks about this is hitting into it, you're going to be breaking your own sash. I guess you would have had the sash broken anyways because of the Terra Cluster, but like, if this, I don't think this picks up the KO, right? Because of the, yeah, because of the parting shot, you don't get the KO.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. And, you know, of course, Amoonguss is going to survive another Wicked Blow. And in fact, I think this Urshifu, with that recoil from that Rocky Helmet, it might be able to survive another hit, but that does mean it's another free turn for this Terrapagos. Of course, Incineroar has switched back onto the field. It can go for that fake out.
This is kind of tough. This is kind of tough.
So, maybe Incineroar can go for that fake out onto the Amoonguss, allowing the Urshifu to go for a super effective close combat onto that Terrapagos.
Yeah, and it's sort of, the margins are so close in terms of the guarantee of the 2-hit KO, the different interactions that we're observing right now, the fact that the parting
And
shot
out of there.
really paid dividends to allow this Urshifu to be
Is
able
this
to survive
one?
that turn, as we
Flutter,
see
okay.
Terrapagos not really liking that scenario, switching out for the final 4th reveal Pokemon being the Fluttermane over on Joji's side.
Oh, the Fluttermane is such a good switch, and it's a huge threat to this Urshifu. Fake out, coming off onto this Amoonguss, making the Incineroar take
This
more damage. They
Wicked
did that.
Blow.
And it looks like,
Oh.
yes, is that a-
Not just yet, but there it is.
No,
What a
rip.
fantastic switch in from Joji, catching that super effective.
Wicked Blow, I think, would have done enough damage too. I guess like where it's, it's kind of tough either way. I think you're cooked either way because even if you do cover for the swap, then you lose your fake out pressure with the Terrapagos coming back in with still next to the Amoonguss, right? If anything, if you had done the Wicked Blow and the Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss, but then it Rage Powdered, so it wouldn't have really mattered, right? So.
Yeah, Amoonguss really just, you know, just being such a nuisance to Marco around the Moonblast.
Or Lunare. Oh, this is gonna. Ooh. Yeah, Urshi's gone.
We're gonna have to find out in very
Marco doesn't look impressed. Yeah, this looks impossible anyways, right? So
now Marco down to his final 2 Pokemon.
and they are knocking on death's doors. They are not doing so hot.
Ghost typing, and Calyrex Ice is in range of any attack from this Fluttermane, and
he doesn't even bring out the turtle for this. Yeah, this is cooked.
I don't think Marco is going to be
And casting's a lot of fun. Pokemon was the first game I ever casted for. Since Players Cup 3, which is also when I started playing VG. So it's been fun. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. All right, yeah. Cooked, yeah. GG's. This, I mean, just the speed over on Speaker's End is just nuts, right? I love her Pokemon. Let's go! I'm glad. I'm glad. All right, I'm gonna washroom real fast. This is anyone's opportunity to go to the washroom, get a snack, a drink of water before the grand finals. So I will be back in just a minute.
Straight into the finals here in Stockholm. What an incredible achievement against our currently reigning Latin American international champion just this season. And Marco, he's just been one of those players we're talking about, the ridiculous amount of consistency he's been able to just bring to his play, as well as just getting so many accolades. You know, getting top 4 at a regional is no joke. He's done exceptionally well to be able to bring himself to this position. However, Joji just was at the right time to be able to play so well. Seems like they're really on form, and they're able to completely push all of the pressure onto Marco to the point where it was just out of options. I feel like ever since he lost that first Pokemon early on in that game 3, he just wasn't able to bring it back, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that game was just a masterclass on positioning. Both players just played so well. Marco making a lot of really defensive switches, but I think his Pokemon, each time he switched, ended up taking a lot of chip damage, and it was just slowly being worn down to the point where Joji was then able to bring in his sweepers like the Fluttermane, and just, you know, because of the speed advantage, Marco didn't really have that speed advantage, so he was forced to take all the hits, and that was how Joji was able to capitalize on it and win.
Yeah, exactly. I think you sort of had like diminishing returns ever since you lost that first Pokemon at the start of game 3, and once again, just proving why, even without the stellar form, Terapagos is such a threat, especially when accompanied by Specs, Beads of Ruin, and to the point where if you can start dismantling the core of your opponents, especially a balanced core, that's the true weakness to balanced cores. The moment you sort of start getting rid of those key pieces, it starts breaking.
Hi, what's up? Are we ready for the grand finals here?
Turn 1, you know, Joji reading into that protect from Calyrex Ice, doubling up.
Ready for the grand finals?
The Mega Kangaskhan was guaranteed.
Exactly what it takes to be a champion.
Yeah.
But it's crazy is to say one though.
So happy that both Zamazenta and the Terapagos is in the finals. Of course, no Cali, and it did. That was and.
Do they show the team again, or we just saw the teams? But
3.
be good for a reminder that Michael made it to grand finals with this team, which still Zamazenta I think is strong. I'm still not sold on this Galarian Moltres or the Latios. I get that he's better than me. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see this Moltres. I can't see the Latios. And the Latios has been putting in work, but I'm still just I hate her, I guess. I still do not look at this Latios and like think it's good. I can't wrap my head, especially the Galarian Moltres. It's fine. That's fine. And no fake out Rilla is just crazy.
Glasses, these black glass. That maybe some just
straight cooking. And then we just saw this corner Ogerpon, Chiyu, Torn Flutter. We got some speed over here. We got some real speed. Icy Wonder, Flutter, Booster.
of course,
All right.
that's it. Voters will be winning.
I say we far.
Let's get ready to rumble. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. All right. Can I just say it? The Terrapagos looks so stupid when it hits the field at first, until it has the Terra shift. Also, like, what's the point? Why doesn't it just go into battle in, like, the turtle form, like the cool turtle form instead of the dumb turtle form?
In a really good position. It's got the focus.
What's the point?
Even though Fluttermane can deal super effective Moonblast onto that Chien-Pao, it is going to be able to hang on. And
I just don't understand the point.
Just stay really simple and really safe, fake out, and attack with the Chien-Pao.
I'm just being real.
To survive this turn.
The nice thing about the fake out as well.
No,
the
the cool turtle form as a plushie looks so cool. I just don't understand why we have to see that, like, into the Terra shift every. I just don't understand.
But Chien-Pao going for that protect, just wanting to scout out what kind of move the Terrapagos is going to lock itself into. It looks like the Flutter.
I don't know. It's just like
to go for,
maybe if like cool turtle didn't exist, we wouldn't think the other turtle looked silly. But like it looks silly in comparison to this one. This one's so cool. Terra Storm. All right. Rilla's gone. Huge KO turn one. Rillaboom got Rillaboomed.
To go for that priority, try and get some chip, break the Terra shot on that opposing Terrapagos, but it was not to be. Instead, Joji capitalizing on the kind of passive play by Rillaboom and KOing it in return.
Yeah, a fantastic play from Joji. Going for that icy win, trying to break the focus sash on the Chien-Pao.
Maybe thinking.
Sure that it is going to
I didn't see what the lock was.
Of course,
like choice band in terrain, I still actually think like Grassy Glide would have done a lot of damage. Because, like, I would imagine maybe trying to get a U-turn or a Wood Hammer out. Like, Wood Hammer to get a certain KO. But, yeah, I feel like Grassy Glide would have been really good, but...
Active on the field is going to do a lot of damage with the body.
Anime, I just don't understand in VGC battles, seeing it for half that second, if it's going to be hurt, like, helping their merch. I don't think it's bad any other point. I just don't understand why we have to see it in VG. And a glide? That's what I'm kind of thinking. It depends on how this Flutter is trained.
Yeah, so both these Pokemon staring off at each other. Zamazenta now going for a wide card.
Make sure you don't get icy winds. Make sure there's no Terra. Oh.
A very nice catch from this Zamazenta and allows the Chien-Pao free to get one attack off.
Yes, really nice defensive play from Michelle. Here's the Icicle Crash will come through.
And the Flutter gone. Oh, just kidding, not gone. So this Flutter is pretty ball. Pretty ball.
Chien-Pao, so no KOs, but a lot of damage being dealt out on the board in this turn.
Oh, a fantastic turn here, and Michelle, that wide
take away the terrain. That makes sense.
He put wide guard over the iron defense.
But like,
and now this
you still lose it for free.
Sucker punch from this Chien-Pao, so there's a lot of mind games.
You lose it either way, right?
It is not a choice specs variant, so that is something that Michelle will have to be aware of. Terrapagos also just at full health, so it's going to need a lot of hits just to be able to knock it out.
I feel like Michelle is kind of ignoring the Terrapagos here, which could be detrimental, particularly as there is still terrestrialization utilized on Joji's side, able to maybe get the Terraform Zero going and getting some big damage on the field.
Sucker, all right.
It's not breaking the Terra Shell, instead getting the knockout on the Fluttermane, stopping it from switching things up, going for a Moonblast and maybe KOing that Chien-Pao in return. Zamazenta goes for the body press. This will be the move that finally does break that Terra Shell, leaving it very...
It's a lot of damage regardless.
Look at that. Imagine how much it will do now that that Terra Shell has been broken.
Wow, that is so much damage, and I think that Terrapagos
get rid of Chien-Pao. 2 down for Michael already.
If it goes for that Stellar Form, even with that HP boost, of course, there is that grassy terrain slowly recovering all the Pokemon on the field. But Zamazenta looking very nice and very healthy and outspeeding that Terrapagos. So it is going to be able to get an attack off if the Terrapagos does decide to stay in. And both of these players, taking their time to think about which Pokemon.
What does Joji have in the back here?
Yes, Michelle, we already know
That's gonna be the big thing, right?
It comes through in this beautiful shiny form to take to the field in this game one.
All right, what's
Joji
this? What's
also has
this?
the option to bring in a Pokemon. It's
Cornerstone.
like this Pokemon can apply so much pressure with something like the Ivy Cudgel, but also critically the Follow Me to help draw in that redirection and protect the Terrain.
Yeah, this is still tough though.
The Ogerpon having Sturdy here is really, really beneficial because Zamazenta is not going to be able to knock out this
But
Ogerpon
like,
with body press in one hit. Of course, Latios does carry
like it's
the
still
Icy Wind,
super
so it
effective,
can
and
go
Icy
a
Wind,
Sturdy
like,
and ignore that Follow Me and then allow the Zamazenta to follow up with a body press. But I don't know, the Zamazenta against this
I don't know.
Tri-Specs Terrapagos, I think
Oh, I do not hope we get new forms. They're already going to be a pain once they come to VGC, let alone with new forms.
Michelle already down his final 2 Pokemon.
The Terra Starstorm is also very scary if that comes out, just because.
Oh, into the Latios. Okay.
You don't necessarily want to terrestrialize on Joji's side, on Michelle's side, in case Joji
Bring it down to
terrestrializes.
Sash.
The Body Slam comes down, Sturdy will of course activate. It means Cornerstone Ogerpon is going to be able to hang around for another turn.
Terra. Oh, the double.
Fails to get damage on the board this turn.
A fantastic turn from Michelle.
Vegas took so much momentum that first turn, KOing the Rilla. But like that double up was like, yeah. I've competed at regionals before. Actually, more TCG regionals than I have for VG, but I've competed in some. This year I competed at Liverpool and Portland.
Really heavy damage, and without the terrestrialization on either the Latios or the Zamazenta, this Terrapagos is not going to be able to deal super
This is, yeah, Icy Wind.
I wonder what the Pokemon is in the back for Joji though, because you
Even better, like that's you're fine. You're
instead defensive plays here on that.
You're destroying this turtle.
Take any damage from the Icy Wind thanks to the spiky shield, but cannot be set the same.
You're already
The
outsped
Terrapagos
anyways.
is going to take a drop to its speed. This could be a moment for Zamazenta to capitalize with that body
Boop.
press. And it will get the knockdown.
Later.
The Terrapagos has been knocked out by the Zamazenta, and Michelle has successfully
Later.
Later,
turtle.
Now it is a 2v2 situation, and both Michelle's Pokemon are really, really healthy against the 4th Chi-Yu on Michelle's side and a heavily chipped to Ogerpon.
I mean, Chi-Yu does join the field. Beats of Ruin will be activated now, so some of its special attacks will be able
Destroyed
to
by
do more damage.
Doggo.
Chi-Yu also is
Tragic.
so again, it has a little bit of longevity on the field. The grassy terrain might have
Okay.
boosted up the Cornerstone Ogerpon a little bit more now. Maybe the Icy Wind could
No, they're-
can bypass around it, but
Oh,
I still think
no,
it's
they're-
precarious for Joji.
There's no way this Latios doesn't get the KO onto the Cornerstone, right?
Latios, and I think with the Bees of Ruin ability, the Icy Wind might actually benefit from that and pick up the knockout. So let's see whether or not this Latios...
That's actually crazy, Anthony. That's crazy timing.
And allow its teammate Zamazenta to get that body press off. But we're going to see an answering to
Oh, Garrus 100%, 100%. I want at least 3 of them and have them in a little pyramid. Or in a line.
To avoid those potential body
Ooh.
presses coming through from Zamazenta and put Chi-Yu in a position where it can go for something like a heat wave that's now going to be going into a steel type.
Oh, it didn't get the double
So
spiky.
now the, spiky shield is going to fail. The second turn
Oh, what does Icy Wind miss? I don't know what it missed. Missed the Ogerpon anyways. Heavy slam. Oh,
Big damage.
wow.
Thrown down against the little fish. There's no way you're able to come through on that. Straight back into the
If that had missed on the Chi-Yu,
Going for Cornerstone Ogerpon, though, trying to get out of the way of the Icy Wind, but there was nothing Chi-Yu could do to stop the wrath of Zamazenta.
Oh my goodness! What a fantastic match from
the Slither Squad. I'll have to get a good nickname for the Slitherwing Pyramid. That's okay. Stress yourself with playing? Yeah, that's why I haven't made YouTube videos for a long time. I had anxiety playing in front of people. Funny enough. It's about having fun. I gotta remember that, so it's all good. I want to get the card holder. It's about what I can find once it comes to NA, right? I have the Slitherwing hair clip, which is super cool.
How Michelle was able to win through in that game one. Things looked a little bit dicey at some point, you know, losing the
I'm gonna get each one of the Slitherwings a little crown, so it could all be Slither Kings.
But this is one of the things that Michelle is so good at looking at, is kind of that end game, going, okay,
That'll be
this
the
turn
plan.
I lose my Rillaboom, but I still get to keep the pieces in play that I want. The Chi-Pow and the Zamazenta are then able to get through the match a little further, keep that sort of Ruin ability on the field, and the Ice Core crashes, they were certainly stacking up, getting damage on the Fluttermane, for example. example. The Zamazenta being able to hit through with so much damage with that body press, constantly
right.
putting Terrapagos on the back foot.
Yes, Michael just played that game so perfectly. He lost that Rillaboom really
I like how the judges were just staring at the players. I mean, what else can you do, right? But
undeterred by that, and you know,
I don't know if I can get many for rounds. I'll have to look. I can make them.
Demoralized
I can make them.
But Michael just did not allow that to affect him and played really well to his health. And I think he just played.
If I just get look rounds for all my plushies,
guessing all the terrestrializations and taking advantage.
I have not seen the Moltres like
Feeling the pressure
come
from
to any battle.
Not seeing it go into that kind of Terraform Zero.
Told you, the bird's not good. This is a 5-mon team.
You know, damage attack.
It probably came to another matchup, and we just don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Not falling into the trap and allowing Joji to capitalize on it.
I don't get it.
I really like seeing the Oakapon Cornerstone come in, but I feel like considering that Michiel didn't have the birds in play, there wasn't the Pelipper, there wasn't the Moltres, for example.
Needed the
It
speed.
maybe was a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, the Latios also
Heavy Slime was kind of tough to bring, but also, well, I guess if the Terra was saved for the Latios, and that's also still tough. Shadow Rider? Shadow Rider's bad, though. But I guess. I guess. Alright, we're starting with Cornerstone, okay. Finals should be a best of 5. There was bracket resets. It's not quite best of 5, but bracket resets for Players Cup 4, and I didn't really kind of enjoy it.
Able to go for those 100% IV.
I don't know. I think best of 3 is fine.
And Rillaboom, which is going to take neutral damage. Of course, Rillaboom.
I could clip that. Maybe it's just recency bias with the Shadow Rider. I actually also think Shadow Rider is very kind of similar to Psy Spam. Ooh. That, like, when it's used with a good team and a good player in the right meta, it could do some damage, but that's kind of about it. Heat Wave miss. One hit KO on the alright. You do the watch parties? I'm gonna do them for every event that I'm not casting from here on out. So yeah, so I'm super excited for that. For NASC, I'm gonna try and do like giveaways and like exclusive interviews and stuff like that, and try and really make it like a really big affair. But yeah, if I am not casting or like I'm not attending the event, then I'm gonna do these. So I'm excited for that. This will be like going on forward. And any questions about what events I am and not casting, if it's not on the Pokemon website, I am not free to speak about anybody who is or is not on the casting squad. Once it's on the website, it's fair game. Yeah, this poor Rillaboom. But like trading for Rilla, like the Cornerstone. Unless it's on the website, there is not a peep.
Because of course it did miss that heat wave, which was quite a big turn for Michael. But now that this Floodmate is on the field, we have established that it is the fastest Pokemon on the field, so it can get the icy win off
like at an event.
Any other Pokemon and break that focus sash.
Probably just do watch parties. I'm not sure. I'm figuring it out right now. We're doing some watch parties and some laddering content. Protect. Okay. Another protect. All right.
Just some very much defensive plays here as the Latios goes for the icy win to no avail, of course, but some good information now knowing that these Pokemon, particularly on Joji's side, are going to be really exposed unless they want to try double protect.
In game? Yeah, I actually uploaded a ladder video today. I'm going to spam the link at the end of this stream.
Can get that icy wind off. Of course, Chien-Pao can go for a sucker punch. I don't believe it'll knock out in this range unless there was some sort of critical hit. And we see maybe Michael deliberating whether or not to go for that terrestrialization to keep that Latios safe. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, has to be careful of the Chi-Yu, and we see a sucker punch.
Yeah, no. We saw earlier this Flutter was kind of fat. Alright, Chi-Yu's turn. Dark Pulse. Alright.
That is a critical hit to get the knockout. Suddenly, Michael Couch is down 2 Pokemon.
Latios is down. That critical hit did not matter at all. Chien-Pao is just Chi-Yu is just so strong. But and now
all right,
down to his final 2 Pokemon.
Zamazenta
is going to come out,
dun, dun,
which
dun.
is going to heavily threaten both the Chien-Pao and the Fluttermane, but it will have to take an attack from the Fluttermane first. If the Fluttermane chooses to attack, of course, Chien-Pao also still able to go for that Sucker Punch, so not really caring about those speed drops. And you know, if it successfully lands that Sucker Punch on the Fluttermane or just stops it from going for the icy win, the Zamazenta might be able to knock out, bring the Chi-Yu
does have Sash still.
Chi-Yu's in a difficult spot as well because it doesn't want to take any of these body presses, and sure, it could go for its Ghost Terror type, but then you have to worry.
It does have Sash for at least one hit though. I like the no protector of the Flutter, like you just keep it honest, right?
We will be forced to see the fourth one in the back, but the Zamazenta following up with the body press will be able to take the Chi-Yu.
I always disrespect how fast Zamazenta is.
It's still in the game. It could go for a heat wave and
You can get suckered next turn.
Oh, is Chi-Yu going to land?
Oh.
I think the Zamazenta may have been knocked out by that overheat.
The look on Michael's face, that's just it. That's cooked.
And the Zamazenta
That's done.
Chi-Yu in range of a Sucker Punch. And also the Terrapin.
That's, yep.
It will be forced to take that
It's gone.
and get that Terror Shell broken.
Yo, this Chi-Yu.
It cannot find its marks. I guess at this point the Chi-Yu has to rely on the ability, but we're gonna
Damn. Now I understand why the stream ended so fast.
For being your Stockholm Regional Champion.
Oh.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again. This was Michael Kalch's tournament. The
Oh.
his best buddy, honestly, man's best friend, by his side, getting him this regional champion title. Congratulations, Michael. Take a bow.
Oh.
You've earned it.
What a fantastic.
I mean, it's a great run through the tournament. You're running a Pokemon with inaccurate moves. That's what it's gonna be, right? That's what it's going to be. You're playing inaccurate moves, like that's gonna happen. But like, oh, if the Heat Wave is on the turn one, then the Overheat as well.
Making sure that he targeted the correct Pokemon.
And just like, it's the instant concede after that as well. That's just like, that's rough, you know? Possible comeback? Probably not. The Zamazenta outspeeds. I mean, regardless, the Zamazenta outspeeds. The Chien-Pao could still sucker going into the slot. Like, it was... yeah, no, it's pretty cooked.
I think you mentioned earlier during the interview.
It was like, with any possible tossing. But optimal plays coming out, like, I don't think so.
An amazing achievement. And Michael now adding to his name. I'll bet.
All right. Well.
Finally got that.
I'm seriously just speechless.
I was just trying to find, like, a pause point that wasn't just, like, on somebody's face.
For Pokemon.
This is fine. I was trying to find a pause point that wasn't on somebody's face to wrap up the stream. That is a, that's a rough way to go out. I mean, it is run inaccurate moves to not 100%, it's 50, but like, you know. But that is definitely a rough miss. So, I don't like pulling up other browsers when I'm live. Plus results usage stats. I'll actually be going over that on Oko this week, the podcast I'm a part of. So, yeah, we'll be doing that there. As for this has been a lot of fun. Thank you everyone so much who has come out, said hello. If you're like, oh man, but I want a little bit more content today. I did actually upload a video. I posted it in chat. And I'll hopefully have a different video featuring the Zamazenta, Moltres, Latios, all of that good stuff. Hopefully have that out for Tuesday. So, yeah. I don't know how often I'm going to be streaming. For most information, following me on Twitter at SierraDawnX3 is normally the best way to get notified to when I am going to be going live, all of that stuff. Because I do post when I go live. I don't know exactly how often I will be, you know. I don't know how often it'll be like YouTube, but I will be posting up videos and stuff. So, yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you real soon.